All right, there we go. Tech, can you hear me? I don't know. What's up, everybody? We're trying this again. We're going to be trying this from what's it called? The goddamn talk studio. All right, Tech, we cannot hear you. By the way, we can see you. We cannot hear you. Today has just been a clusterfuck of tech issues. So the good news is, if this works,
we're back.
We can eat. Well, it shouldn't be a problem. I need to figure out what's going on, but it doesn't have to interfere, and it'll let us get through the week because there's a lot coming up this week. There's, oh, come no
harmonica solo.
Not even close to yes. I mean, we couldn't be further from going. That's a good idea.
I was gonna do country.
I don't give a fuck. No,
I can also do Sweet Home Alabama.
Mutemo, I do not think we're getting any Grand Theft Auto shit tomorrow. I think we will be getting. I mean, who knows? I don't fucking know. It's 40 minutes. Hello, Captain Loudpack. We might be getting the what's the thing? The God of War remaster tomorrow. Some Wolverine stuff. Maybe Bloodborne. I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know.
God of War remastered?
Yeah, there's a rumor that they're gonna be doing a God of War 1, 2, and 3 remaster, not remake. But
are they bringing you on?
No. I mean, if they still might be making it. Of course, they don't need me. So no.
Well.
No, not well. They haven't contacted me at all. So they have contacted me about going out to the celebration of the, what is it, 20-year? God damn, 20-year anniversary of that game. And that was nice. But
ask about if he heard about Finn Wolfhard wanting to be Kratos.
If I heard about what? Finn Wolfhard?
Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things?
Finn Wolfhard?
Yeah, the kid, the main kid.
The Stranger Things kid wanted to be Kratos, or wants to become Kratos, apparently. That's like his idol.
Well, that's cool, but he needs to work out a bit, doesn't he?
I'm looking it up right now.
Because he's kind of a skinny dude. Maybe he could be Atreus. But I don't know. I'm so busy with so many games. I'll be excited tomorrow because I mean it's a busy week. We've got that. We've got Avowed. We have the DICE Awards this week coming up on Thursday night, which we will be streaming. It's a lot going on in a good way. It's a lot of good fun news will be coming out of this week, but I don't know. I'm in a cranky mood now. I'm super fucking cranky. I'm super fucking pissed. And because you get on a roll, you have the momentum for the stuff you want to chat about. And then you kind of just bam, hit that wall and you're kind of fucked. You got to pivot, I guess, a little bit. And that's what we're having to do. So now I got to figure out what we want to talk about. But this is going to be a casual show. So Tech, do me a favor. Yeah, no.
You don't think this could be Kratos?
No, I don't think that could be Kratos.
You sure?
No, I mean, he's a good actor. I like the guy. I like him in Stranger Things. I've seen him in a couple other movies. He's great, but Kratos?
You're telling me this doesn't look like Kratos?
I'm telling you that looks like Doug Henning more than it looks like Kratos. No.
What's the name of Kratos' kid?
Atreus? No, he could do Atreus as an adult. Absolutely, but and I think he could be involved. I think he's great, but you don't want to be him. Come on now, there's no way. Yeah, his kid. I agree with TJM. You goddamn right, Bukaki.
Who would make? Oh, would you sponsor Triple H as Kratos?
Sponsor him?
Or like, would you give him like your fucking your blessing?
No.
Look at this side by side on stream.
What am I what's the goal? To find a lookalike?
Yeah. Do you think this
Sure.
is a good enough lookalike for Kratos?
If the goal is a lookalike, sure. To me, the goal is an actor who can perform and bring the sensibilities of the character. And I'm not saying Triple H can't do that, but I don't think he can. I've never seen him perform it. All you have to do is watch that one bit of footage from, I think it was early 2000s, late 90s, where he got knocked out and he milked it for all it was worth. And it's like, dude, just fucking fall down. So Matthew says, Jaffe, you should pick yourself up and do the show you wanted to do before internet problems. Oh, I am. Oh, I'll get there. But all my tabs are closed now, and I'm here. We're here. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a good time. And I also want to do I want to show you some games tonight too, and I want to see how that part of the stream works. Here's the good news, though. The good news is if this doesn't buffer, then it means we can at least attribute it to OBS. It's something going on over there, and that would be great. What a delightful thing to learn. So, Tech, can you put the link to the chat in here if somebody wants to call in and talk? I always thought the best Kratos would be the I'm laughing at Matthew saying Michael Jackson would have made a great Kratos. I always thought the best Kratos would have been that Jaimin Hunsu, although he's gotten a little old now. But I don't care. Yeah, Gary Coleman. I really don't. And you'll pin that to the top.
It's already pinned. Yeah.
Thank you. Call in if you want. We'll talk about whatever you want. I'm not really all that excited about a movie for God of War. Or a show. I'm not saying it won't be cool. I'm sure it'll be great. The PlayStation production guys are great. It just doesn't really do much for me. I'm like, whatever. Axiom, thank you for the super chat. He says, we're absolutely getting Death Stranding 2 release date tomorrow. Oh, I'm sure. Overdose game. Not that all Xbox games are coming to PS2. Oh, now that they're coming to PS2. Well, I imagine we would have a better shot of getting Kojima's information on
the allegations.
Yeah, on that spy game they're doing with Sony. I don't think they're going to be doing the Xbox thing, but I honestly don't think we're going to see anything announced for PS5 that isn't on Xbox yet. We might see a trailer and gameplay for Horizon, Forza Horizon, but I don't think we'll be seeing, like somebody earlier was like, hey, what about Gears of War Remaster? It's like they haven't even shown that for Xbox, I don't believe. Hello, Anthony. Hector House says God of War is designed to be a video game. Could it be a good movie show? Sure, but I have no particular hype there. Yeah, I mean, I am sure it will be great if they make it, but it means nothing. Eric says your video bit rate is variable here on Talk Studio. Perhaps OBS was forcing mid to high. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but when you're saying it's variable, do you mean Talk Studio on its own back-end adjust in real time versus being locked to what I set it as, maybe?
Yeah, Talk Studio will automatically just change what you're pushing out.
Okay.
Where OBS might have a setting that you have selected that says like medium to high quality.
Yeah, I have it set pretty high, but people always tell me I should, given that but I guess my upload's not fast enough. Johnny Utah says Chris Pratt is the obvious pick for Kratos. No.
Shut up.
I think it depends on which Kratos you're talking about, really. Matthew says there will be a Bloodborne remaster shadow drop. Wait and see. Well, what's in it for us if you're wrong? You lose nothing if you're wrong. But yeah, I hope so. I would love to replay Bloodborne. I got the big, expensive, meaty strategy guide recently, and I love that world. That is my favorite IP in all of video games. So I'm I'm hopeful for it. And maybe because they did the takedown the other day when people had the cart game again, like they've been doing a couple of takedowns of Bloodborne stuff. And in that, maybe it's indicative of something coming soon. I don't know, but I hope so. It's one of their best IPs. There really is. And they, again, I don't care. Comment me all you want, but I get it. They're the number one right now, blah, 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 but they really could use a strong showing tomorrow. Because I think, there's a thread over on NeoGAF about, is this the worst generation for PlayStation? And I think it is. I think for software, it's the worst generation PlayStation's ever had. And I would love to see if it turns out it's like tomorrow, it's like, oh shit, there, you know, it's kind of like that. I don't know why this comes to mind. I love this scene, but the scene in Hook where the little kid goes to Robin Williams and pushes his face that's gotten all fat and old back. And he says, oh, there you are, Peter. It always makes me cry every fucking time. But, you know, hopefully tomorrow we get that version of pushing Sony's big fat face back and going, oh, there you are, PlayStation. And it's like, oh, you're back. We missed you. What a fantasy. What a wonderful thing that could occur tomorrow. But, you know, the reality is that video is probably has been locked in editing for 2 days now. I saw tonight, you know, I saw Corey's over at DICE. A bunch of the PlayStation people are up at DICE. They've kind of given it all their handoffs. And so it's sitting on some hard drive somewhere. And we'll just have to wait and see. But, you know, what are you doing, Tech? It's like you're the one with ADD and not me.
Well, I probably do have ADD.
Well, how do you not know? Get on the meds, baby. Get on the meds.
I had a physical from the government when I was going to DHS, and they were like,
yep.
Yeah, you're probably autistic and have like ADD or ADHD. You have one of them. And they were like, me and the guy were talking for like, we were shooting the shit, talking about like beer and all this other shit. And he was like, look, I can write this down for you, or you can just handle it. You seem to be handling it okay.
Did he write anything down about the gain on your microphone being shit? And so we can't.
No, he didn't. But you made me adjust the gain. You were the one that
got to figure it out. We can get you a new mic if you have a shit mic, but
This is one of those Logitech fucking. It was an open box Logitech Blue mic that I got from Best Buy like 5 years ago.
Well, maybe we send you a mic or something, because what's happening is when the gain is up to hear you, we get all the vaping and the dogs and all that shit. So Matthew says, where's Corey's game at? My guess is we might see it tomorrow. I mean, I don't know. I have no inside data. And if I did, I couldn't share it, but it's certainly well beyond time, unless they're having problems with it. And that's always possible too, but
Johnny Utah, if you want to be my favorite uncle and buy me a microphone with a $50 super chat, that'd be great. Thank you.
What did Johnny Utah just say?
Nothing, but he's my uncle. I've adopted him as my uncle.
Oh, excellent. Listen to this. Somebody's getting sued. Look at your screen for a minute. These people, it's from a place called Vivid. It says, enough is enough. Fuck you, Kanye West, right? Which is great. I agree with the sentiment. I think, I think Kanye is, you know, he's a sick man, frankly, but he's also a piece of shit, right? When it comes to this stuff, but this is an ad, but it's obviously it's all AI. And I like how the person who posted it at first was like, make this go viral. And then they're like, apparently this is AI. It's like, you think, but check out the ad. This is a bunch of famous people who may or may not be Jewish. They might all be half Jewish. I don't know. Basically wearing Star of David's with flipping the bird to Kanye saying, fuck you, Kanye. Spielberg would never do that. Zuckerberg would never do that. Josh Baron Cohen, maybe. I don't know who those guys were. Obviously, that's Jack Black. But it's a stupid fucking ad. I mean, that's, you know, I agree with the sentiment. I think it's a cheeseball ad and it's not even real. So, you know, what do you mean, Eric? Sure, fuck Kanye, but there's got to be more to this. Why can't he just be a bipolar guy who's having an episode because he's not taking his meds, which is what it looks like. Lenny Kravitz is Jewish. No, his last name is Kravitz, but you know, he's from blue blood upper West Coast. Of course he's Jewish. The hip hop dreidel music's funny. It is. That's right. It's just a litmus test on what you can truly say and can't say. I think he's allowed to say whatever the fuck he wants to say. He has a right to say what he said and tweet what he tweeted. I don't care. But they have a right to say, hey, this is really damaging and cruel and mean and stupid. So, you know, Oh, I didn't watch any. Johnny Utah says it's almost as cringe as the Brady Bunch and Snoop Super Bowl. You know, something about my life right now, and I don't know what it is, but I just I don't have the patience for that kind of pop culture, because I kind of figured I would watch all the Super Bowl ads and all that shit, and I'm just I don't find joy in it anymore. Like that particular stuff. Like I don't care about the zeitgeist. I don't care about uh you know the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake or whatever. I just don't give a shit. I don't know why that is. I mean, I don't consider myself a depressed person. I don't feel sad. It's not like I'm not interested in other things, but I think, you just go through life and you change and you find things that it may be that I'm old, right? JJD. I'm still very interested. And believe it or not, I'm getting more and more interested in Dungeons and Dragons, for God's sakes. Right. So, I mean, it's not that I don't have interest, but it's just like a lot of that stuff just feels so manufactured, and so, uh, disingenuous that, it's kind of bothers me now, I don't know. I don't know if people in the 60s felt this way, like the world was on fire and falling apart. They seem to have more fun than we do, though. They were doing all the dope and they had all the music, and there seemed to be a sense of, hey,
The people in the 60s
yeah, all the civil rights. I'm not saying the civil rights movement, like the people who got
was
the shit
fun.
beat out of them sitting at a counter at Woolworths in Birmingham. I don't mean that. I'm talking about, there was more of a sense of, togetherness of the people that were of a common mentality when it comes to protesting and the music and the folk music and the poetry. And at least, I mean, maybe that's through a lens of history, but it feels now like people are just pissed. It doesn't feel like there's any hope. It doesn't feel like there's any sense that it's going to get better. And I know that's terrible to say. But doesn't it feel that way? Or maybe I'm just old. I mean, you're in your,
I think you're just old. I'm sorry to say, but like
I don't mind being old. I'm 53, beats the alternative. But
last year in September, I on a website paid $2 and I was able to hit a golf ball into someone's face over the internet. Like I feel like I'm having a ton of fun. I feel like I have way more options for fun.
that was fun.
Yeah.
Back when I was your age, I was hosting a show where you could shoot a machine gun over the internet at an ice cream truck and blow it up. That was fun.
I met Paul McCartney.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What was
That's
that
not
like?
true. I did not. But I met Jack Black before. He was a fun guy.
But
That
you
is
don't
true.
think the 60s were more, and the 80s, it just everything seems so
In the
bleak.
60s, everything was like brand new and fresh. Like, what? You can get onto a plane and go to Atlanta? I don't have to get in the station wagon for 17 hours.
Jose says there is a lot of anger in the world. For some reason, everyone is more irritable now. I think that's true. Well, it's true for me. I don't know if it's true for other people, but America in the 60s, says 2D, had 50% of the world economy. My great granddad worked a simple blue collar job, but afforded multiple cars, house, pay for kids for college. Yeah, I think there's part of it's that. Part of it's just sort of the dawning awareness of the oligarchy that is the American power structure.
I don't know. I hear the complaints about like capitalism this and money that, but I feel like we're living in an age with the most access to world-changing, revolutionary technologies to the common man. Like the idea
but the
that
common
VR is like $140. You can get a VR headset for $140.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Crazy.
Wouldn't it be nice though if you got sick or I don't know, got a toothache? That would only cost 140.
Yeah, I mean, healthcare is crazy, but like outside of healthcare, it's
but
like
healthcare is everything. All the other shit's just distractions.
well, the difference between the 60s is I got a toothache and I have like a 30% chance of like getting an infection that fucks me up. Now it's like a 0.03% chance that my toothache will be handled incorrectly in a hospital. It's like 100 times the cost, but I'm safe.
I suppose so. Yeah.
So. Like, or how many people when you were growing up as a kid? Because you grew up in the
80s,
early
70s, 80s. Yeah.
Right? How many people had a big TV in their house?
Well,
Talking like
there were no big TVs. We all had TVs. We had multiple TVs. I had one in my room. My brother did. My parents did. Then we had the family TV in the living room.
Yeah, because I think so. My mother was born in '67, and she comes from not a super wealthy, like a lower middle class family in Northern California. And they had this, I want to say since like the late '80s, they had this huge TV that was like my arm span,
Yeah.
like maybe 4 feet across or so. Massive TV. Maybe it was bigger. And I feel like that's insane to think of for someone in the '60s growing up to be like, yeah, we're gonna have a huge projection looking television.
Okay,
And
but
now
again,
nowadays, flat
it-
screens like
yeah, but none of it's real. It's just TV.
well,
I mean,
you're talking to hundreds of people, or at least 134 people, about what it was like live in the '60s. That never would have been an option. Video games are a thing. Like I'm happy for video games.
I'm happy for a lot of things. I'm just saying, I'm angry lately. Jose says, I think a lot of society, we've accumulated frustrations, and that's when we get irritated easily now. Sure. That's true. That's true. Look at this. Matthew says there are too many things to take up people's bandwidth. Back in the 60s, you had albums and you had shows and movies. Today, you have unlimited shit. Maybe we're just not evolved enough to handle it. Let's bring on Max from Montana. Max from Montana, how you doing, champ? What's going on? Max, you're listening to the stream on the stream. That's why there's a delay.
Hey, I'm here to cheer you up. I don't know why you're down. I just got here.
No. You're on a delay.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me right now?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you got to listen.
I muted it now.
All right. Can you hear me right now?
Now I can't hear you at all, though.
Well, I don't know how to help you, sir. Tech, can you work things out with good Sir Max?
Hold on a second. I'm going to
hold on.
See my settings here.
Yeah,
okay.
Go to your settings and change your audio output.
Bring him on when he gets it figured out. Yeah, I've had all my blood tests. I'm fine.
People are more angry quicker, I would say, but people are less violent.
I don't know.
I mean, you remember the crime waves of like the late '80s, early '90s, right?
I don't know. Not where I lived.
You don't think so? Things were like more dangerous, like to go down the street 2 a.m. like a major city.
Well, look what obsolete Sony just put up. You goddamn right. Hang on. Goddamn right. Thank you, obsolete Sony. Oh God, Gina. Why is Gina arguing with these people online? All it's gonna do.
Obsolete Sony's also in the chat saying, when you have more life experience, it makes you less tolerant of nonsense.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Here's a question for the old age.
Yeah.
Do you see people arguing about stuff that really shouldn't matter, and you feel like disappointed that they're not there yet?
No, I don't. I mean, it's an impossible situation because I'm not so old that I don't remember being young. And I remember being young, and it's not that I thought old people were stupid, but I just thought I don't really need any of their wisdom. I'm busy, right? And when you get older, you go, oh my God, there's just such obvious shit. And unfortunately, most people are going to ultimately learn it, but you just have to go through it. And it seems like such a waste of time that we don't have a culture in which you're able to transfer that wisdom and that life experience to a younger generation. Like it should be that way, but I don't know. You know what the problem is, says Brad, there's no more Saturday morning cartoons. That's part of it. Brandon says at 38, I'm living in a nursing home around real old people. Why are you living in a nursing home at 38? Maybe that's a hint, you know. What? All right, Max, you got it working now?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
I cannot hear you. I can hear you fine, Max. I'm kidding. Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, buddy?
This dog finally decided to eat my headphones, so I had to switch it, and the settings were all messed. You know when you change something?
Yeah,
So
I love
that's
that.
why-
I love that story. What's up,
Yeah.
Max? What do you want to talk about, buddy?
I wanted to cheer you up. Don't be down, Jaffe. Everything's gonna be all right.
Why isn't it okay every now and then to have a bad day? I mean,
No, it is. I've had them too. I'm having a good day. I'm getting ready to go on a trip. I'm going to meet a YouTube friend going to Michigan. We're doing a little meetup. I'm meeting like 4 friends I've never met in real life. That's a great thing. I don't know. Well, you worked in the industry, but I don't know if when you started collabing on YouTube, when you actually meet them in real life, that's awesome to do.
Oh, I never want to meet them in real life.
I want to meet you in real life.
I never want to see these people outside of my screen.
Really? What about me? You be honest. No,
never.
Look at my back. Look at my how big VHS tapes.
But it's not personal. You see,
I'll work on it.
It's not personal. It's anybody, right? I mean, I don't know. You know what? Here's what I think. Maybe
I'll take you to get a beer. I don't know if you drink beer or not.
I don't drink beer. Maybe I'm having a midlife crisis.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little too old though, because I don't think I've had one, and I don't think I'm gonna have one unless you could argue that this show for the last 6 years is my
best way to have one is on YouTube. If you have a midlife crisis.
But I do. That's right. But I do think that there's a sense of kind of being a little bit in a rut. I think is what I feel like. I feel like I need to shake shit up a little bit. I don't know what that means. I don't know if I'm going to murder somebody.
No, whoa.
You know.
I'm gonna work on you. I'm gonna keep coming on your show until you're like, you know what, Matt, I'd let Max visit me. Now I'll take you get you something to eat.
But you're operating under the assumption that it's a personal thing, like it's a Max problem.
No, I have fun with my friends.
It's not a Max problem. It's not like you have to continue to come on my show till I get used to you. Okay. I just don't want to go outside.
Oh, you know what? I've dealt with that too. And
it's not agoraphobia. I'm not afraid of it. I took a long walk last night. I went to the museum this weekend. It's not like, the outside world is scary. It's just, it's better in here.
You got a nice, okay. I used to be like that. I used to be really, I had a lot of social anxiety early in my, like in high school and stuff. Then I talked to a therapist, got some medicines. I'm not saying you need that, but but I feel like connections are important. Like, do you have friends outside of YouTube and stuff? Have you contacted them in a while?
Sure. Last night.
Okay.
This weekend. I'm just saying that life is better inside.
Life is better inside.
And I don't think that's healthy, by the way. I don't think that's healthy, but it doesn't mean I don't think it.
When's the last time you've been to a movie at the theater? You don't like doing that either?
I love it when I'm there. I just hate the process of getting there. Like, I may go see Captain America this weekend because
that's what we're going to do. We're going to see it with our friends that we meet in real life. The first time I met one of my friends, I've been a friend with him for like 5 years on YouTube.
Yeah.
Going to his house, crash on his couch.
He's going to murder you.
No, he's not. He's a pastor. He's a religious guy.
Then he's going to molest you, and then he's going to murder you.
Well, he's got a girl. He's got a wife.
Okay. That makes a difference. But listen now. Obsolete says, I feel you, Jaffe. Young folks be all about the surface level shit we ain't got time for. That's right. Jaffe says, swap fire. Hey, buddy, we tried to play your game earlier, but my internet's fucked. So we're trying to do the couch co-op thing on the morning show. And we tried to play that Big Helmet Heroes or whatever. And maybe it was because I was streaming the game and doing the stream that everything just shat the bed. But maybe we can try it before we hop off later tonight. I don't want to do it right now, but let's definitely look at it tonight because they're having their week, their couch co-op week, which is pretty exciting.
Maybe you need a dog.
I have a dog.
Oh, you do have a dog? I didn't know.
Yeah, it's not like I'm a lonely guy. I have a lot of people in my life, and so I think it's more of an existential sense of like being convinced this is all this is all kind of a simulation that we're in, you know, and going, I think there's more to it than what we're seeing. And I got to fucking put up with Alex coming in and saying, hey, it's God. It's God. No, Alex, it's not God. Shut up. It's just, it's a sense of, I want the curtain peeled back on reality more. I'm tired of waiting. I don't want to die, but I'd like to know. I'm sick of sitting here trying to pretend that this is real. It's like once you've drank from the font of wisdom and awareness, you go, come on, man. I know this is.
I don't think this is similar. I think it's real. It wouldn't be so hard.
Mathematically speaking, science speaking, it's not real. You know, it's not real. You don't see all of the stuff that's out there.
Okay.
Your perception is real. You're sitting in the dark. You're not even looking at me in real time. I'm about a split second in the past because your eyes have to process the information. There's tons of different energy levels that the human eye can't see. Tons we can't hear. There may very well be different dimensions occupying the exact same space that we're occupying. And everything is atoms and quarks and molecules that come together to make up our version of reality. So it's not real. It's our mind putting it together in a way that we can live our lives. And it's real in that sense. But it's an absolute shit show of beauty and chaos. And I'm tired of not having any more data, is what I would say.
Wow.
Say something to that, Matt.
I don't know how to fix that.
You goddamn right. You called in to talk about the goddamn Captain America.
Well,
and,
no,
you know,
I get to, like, I don't, I mean, in the past, I like what does all mean and all that stuff. And yeah, that I drove myself crazy. That now I'm just, life's too hard to be a simulation. Even though I get joy out of life.
What do you mean life's too hard to be a simulation?
Paying all your bills and dealing with everything. And like, look at America in 2025. It's not where I thought we would be. I want the human race to progress. I don't think we are. I don't think we are the way things are.
I know.
I feel like so that things the way I'm getting through day to day right now after the changes with our our current. I'm not going to try to get too political.
Menopause?
No, with our current no, I hope not. With our current president and things that are happening. I'm worried. I'm like, worry about you and your family. Keep close knit with your friends that may be impacted by some of this stuff, and only work on things you can control. Because I can't control things. I could get upset about it, but I just got to focus on myself, me and my friends, and improve myself. So I try to do YouTube more.
Yeah, all that is smart. Yeah. That's a good, healthy way to go about it. I'm just saying that there's a point where I need to find a way to come to grips with the fact that in this particular lifetime, I am probably not going to figure out what I want to figure out about what this experience is. And the smart thing to do is to go, this is the experience you're in right now. This is the one you're living. And if there is more to it, maybe you'll figure it out later, but play in this one because this is the one you signed up for, right? That's what I should do intellectually. That's what a good therapist would tell me or bring me to a point of having an awareness of. And it's good advice.
It's very interesting because I assume that you're an atheist based on what things.
I'm an agnostic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, to think like, to go all like I used to be religious. Mm-hmm. I'm not now. Yeah. And I'm kind of like, I don't think like lately the last few years I've been more like, this is all you get. Life is beautiful because it's temporary. I don't think there's this big meaning to all this and everything.
There may not be.
I just think this is what we get. Make the best out of it. And people struggle and make beautiful things out of absolute chaos you see. Make lemonade out of lemons. And you can have a beautiful experience in your life and people can remember you, but this is all you get. I don't think there's this big other thing. I don't.
There may not be. I mean, I probably, if I had to bet, I'd say we're little bacteria living in a much bigger organism, is probably what's going on. But regardless though, you got to just be with it. And I get that, but I don't know. And maybe it's just today. I didn't feel this way yesterday, but I think going to the museum, Here's what I think. And this is what a good museum does. I went to this abstract art museum over the weekend. I got high.
I had an abstract art. I get it. I get where you're going this headspace now.
And I definitely had a number of epiphanies about the sense of what is real and what is truth, and all of the amazing artwork that really spoke to me, not at an intellectual level, but at a sense of every choice, conscious or otherwise, by the artist is a reflection of a life lived. And when you look at it that way, and you look at it and you go, everything we do is a reflection of the experiences we're having, and we're not aware of it. It's amazing. Oh, shut up, Jonathan, you whore. He says, oh God, the more of this nonsense. Yeah, Joe. Well, okay, here's what Jonathan wants. Hey guys, did you hear State of Play tomorrow? What do you think's going to be there? I'll tell you what, my money's on a remaster of Bloodborne. That's what I'm hearing. Bloodborne, God of War, come on. God of War is going to be great. Can you imagine? Ripping off Medusa's head at high definition?
Yes.
Remake? Come on.
He
knows.
My God.
Jeff,
he knows. I heard about this rumor. I want it to be true. But would you even know if they were doing that?
Oh, shut up, Jonathan. I mean, look, do I love talking about video games? Yes. Do I love playing video games? Yes. But there's a point where what do you want to talk about when it relates to video games? Like, ask me something interesting and I'm more than happy to answer your question. But don't act like, oh, like poor Porsche says, now we're talking. Don't act like because I'm sitting here talking about something more interesting. Oh, shut up, Darth Nugget, you whore. God, you fucking whores. He says, I'd rather video game talk than generic, boring stoner talk. Well, then what do you want to talk about?
I could show you some stuff I got. Would that make you stuff I got?
I don't care.
You don't care about my stuff?
No.
Stuff makes you happy.
I don't care about your stuff.
You need to get some stuff.
Listen.
What do you look at this? I got this half off. I just got in the mail Black Friday. Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast. That's gonna be my Dreamcast order. Isn't that exciting?
It's gonna be in your what?
I have a lot of retro, Jeffy. Like, look, there's my Dreamcast is hooked up to that TV.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it in there. I have all my original Dreamcast games that lights up. Well, it made me happy. Yes, it didn't.
I think it's cool. I'm just fucking with you.
Half off though. Half off.
That's pretty good. Half off the pizza.
Black Friday. It took forever to get here. IGN store.
The IGNs. Yeah, no, I think that's great. Listen to this. Living Legend says, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, when I was 15, I thought by 2025, our world would look like Ratchet and Clank with flying cars and jetpacks. And here we are still fighting pointless wars. I know. Well, yeah, I know.
We're not
Tyler says Max is just showing us his future garage sale stuff.
No, I can't. If my wife had her way, yeah. Because she's a minimalist. That's why I'm in the basement. Oh,
I get the minimalism. I think she's right. You ever see that movie, The Minimalist?
No.
Shut up, Alex. He says, Jaffe, the day you become a true believer, you will have. Oh, shut up. God, I can't stand when people that are religious talk like they know what they're talking about. You don't know
that's
anything.
What I was surprised because
you don't know any more than everyone and no one else. You don't have the skinny. You don't have access to the truth. You are just as lost and just as confused and just as happy and sad as everybody else. God didn't shine on you because you have no evidence of God. That applies to you. That applies to the Pope. That applies to me. And I'm fucking tired of people going around acting like they've got the inside information. Am I right, Hector Howell, or am I fucking right?
Oh, you may be right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wow, he's got a smooth voice. I like it.
Oh, can we stop blowing sunshine up this guy's
I didn't ask for this.
His voice was touched by God.
If it's not, if it's not that he's good looking, which I have to fucking put up with, then it's like, oh, there he
is.
Voice is butter. You know what? You know what?
I feel like a schlub now. I got to get out of here.
No, you stay there because we're not going to have many more days with you once you get murdered on the couch. This fucking pastor you're going to go hang out with.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
I've had good.
Listen, you keep your phone charged, and if you need help, you call me, and I'll get.
You don't even want to meet me in real life.
I'm not going to hang out with you, but I'll send you a fucking Uber to make sure you don't get chopped up and put in the pastor's. Here, drink the Christ the blood, but it's really the blood of Max is what's going to be happening the next Sunday.
He's one of the new age guys. He plays the guitar at his church. He sings.
I can relate to him so much. I'll let him murder me. Did I know Olaf Olafsson? I did. I rode down the elevator with him once when I worked at Sony ImageSoft. Ryan says, "Don't worry, Max. You're too old for the pastor."
You're right. I'm 42. Maybe if I was half my age now.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Where are the white women at?
On this channel? What do you mean? You mean the chat?
I've never seen Blazing Saddles. Me and my friend the other night, speaking of, she was over and we were watching, and she's like, "My dad says Blazing Saddles is hilarious." And I'm like, "I haven't seen it." And she said, "I haven't seen it either." So we put on, let's watch a YouTube clip of the funniest bits of Blazing Saddles. And it was funny, but it was a movie of its time, I guess. Comedy usually doesn't track. Some comedy does. Hector, Howell, what do you want to talk about?
Hey, well, first of all, was there a Captain America thing that needed to get discussed that I missed or something?
Well, Captain America opens Friday.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure if there was anything that Max had that hadn't been resolved yet. I didn't want to.
No, I'm just going. I haven't been to the theater yet this year. I'm happy to get back to even though I cover movies on my channel. I'm happy to go back to the theater this.
What Friday. You got there? What you holding in your hand there?
Oh
buddy?
Yeah, I was going to show you more stuff I bought.
Okay.
I've been a little frustrated with current gen. I have an Evercade. I haven't even opened this yet. It's the Duke Nukem Atomic Edition Evercade. More stuff.
More stuff,
right? Yeah.
You don't have enough stuff. I mean, there's stuff back there. What stuff did you get recently?
That's a set, though. That brick wall is not a brick wall,
Oh, it's not?
No,
it's great.
It's all bullshit. It's just a background.
Oh, well, this show's bullshit?
Oh, well, the bookshelf is real. The toys are real, but I'm saying that none of it's, it's a flat wall with a brick wall picture.
Have you taken care of yourself? Buy a new hat, a new hoodie or something. Maybe I'll send you something. I'm going to send you a package.
All right, I'll open it on stream, but if it's ticking, I will fucking murder you.
I'll find something to say. What do you collect? Do you collect movies, Blu-ray, DVD, VHS? I have VHS.
The fuck am I going to do with a VHS tape?
They're back, baby. People love VHS again.
Where am I going to stick it? In my butthole? What can I do with the VHS tape?
I'll send you a player too. I don't know.
No, don't send me a player.
I'm not. I know. I got the vibe that you do not want a VHS player.
No. Jaffe, speaking of Captain America, I just watched Hard Eyes. It was cheesy killer movie, but funny. Yeah, I heard it's kind of fun. And there's another movie that opened this week. Hard Eyes is one, and there's one other movie that's supposed to be pretty good this week too. But I don't know. Yes, send me some shit. I'll open it on stream, and then I'll take it down to the Goodwill after.
No, you'll break my heart.
Brutal.
You're not gonna know.
What you like? Music?
Everything people send me, I have. A lot of it's off camera, but I think Carlos Hernandez sent me. I think it was Carlos sent me that little wolf from. I think it was Mexico, and Master Luke made me that picture. Anything you guys send me is on the back wall, but
Look, I just got into laser discs. Look at this. Would you like a laser disc?
No. What will I do with that?
It's not. Well, fine. I'll get you a DVD or Blu-ray then. But you want to get exciting. You get laser discs exist. Laser discs good quality.
Oh, your poor wife. That poor sweet woman. That poor sweet woman. What's gonna happen to her? She's
what's gonna happen to me? All this stuff's going on for garage sale.
You goddamn right. You goddamn right. How do you send me stuff? You join the Discord. There's a category in there called PO Box. That's my PO Box.
I didn't know.
And you can send it to me. So
where does your
Love Hurts. Love Hurts is out with Short Round. That's the other movie that's out right now. Which has gotten okay reviews, but I like Short Round. He's cool. I like his comeback story. All right, Hector, what's going on?
Yeah, so I've got people have been complaining about gaming. I got maybe a little bit of something. I've had a vague question kind of floating around in my head for a couple days now.
Penis goes in the vagina.
Appreciate that general
Absolutely,
advice.
yes.
So what it comes to is an old God of War question. Sometimes.
Lord,
depends on how good a night it is.
The best part is the minute I said that Tech Protect, I see him on camera, started taking notes. He's like, "Fuck, really?" Yeah. All right, Hector Howe, go ahead.
Yeah. So here, and he's full screen. There he goes, and he's gone. So there's a lot that is known about your work. Ooh, Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Shut up.
This is I'm spoiling it now because I'm sending it to you in the PO box, or I'm bringing it. This is a gift for Jaffe.
I love it.
Oh, that's nice.
Signed by the illustrator. Right there.
Mike
That's
Dotto,
cool.
who did the illustration.
I don't fucking know. But there you go.
Excellent.
Wow, you're gonna get stuff. See,
I love stuff that's like that.
Tech Protect is a nice guy.
I know he's a nice guy. I like that this guy in the chat, Colazzo, says Jaffe believing he's smart is hilarious. Bitch, I don't believe I'm smart or dumb. You fucking whore.
Who said Swiss? Ravos says Swiss Navy in the side chat. Ravos, go ahead and donate $15. I'm out. I need more.
Okay, Hector, how can we get to Hector's point? He's got gaming news. Let's go.
I will have none left.
It is exactly the inverse of news.
All right.
People know about your role in leading the charge on the first God of War, but I'm curious on the second one. Yeah. What of your contributions to it is your favorite? What?
Well, two. One, I was one of the 3 writers on it, like laying out the main story. But my biggest contribution to me was making it clear to Corey that it was not only okay, but it was probably necessary for him to push back on executives that were telling him, you have to get this out in 18 months. And that means you have to kind of compromise and just get it done because it's just a sequel. We know it's going to sell. And it's not that Corey wanted to do that. I just don't think he had the experience working with Sony executives because he had come from working, I think, at Eidos or working at Paradox that had a publishing deal with Eidos. And you probably didn't have that kind of ability to push back on those guys. When they said Backyard Wrestling 2 has to ship in November, it had to ship in November. And so the rough layout of God of War 2 was very disappointing. But the reason was Corey was like, well, I don't know what to do because Shu says we have to design something that can be done in 18 months. And I said, just say no. And lo and behold, we got what many consider the best one they've made. So that was honestly probably my biggest contribution. I think Corey's definitely a better designer than I am, probably a better writer than I am. And for him, it was just pointing him in the direction of you get to be Juggernaut from Marvel Comics and bang, bust through every wall that gets put up. Eventually you will come to one that you cannot bust through. But until that happens, your job is to figure out where is the wall. Find the wall you can't bust through. But until you find it, bust through every one that gets in the way of what you've got in your head. And that was sort of my biggest contribution.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was reflecting on the scene that kept coming to my mind over the past couple of days is when Kratos is confronted by the vision of his city burning and his wife approaching him, which is Gaia, it's not her, and has a moment of reflection and apologizes his "I'm so sorry" from T.C. Carson. I thought was really beautifully delivered and was a moment of vulnerability for the character that hit nicely to me, which I think there's been a lot of that in the newer ones, a lot of more soft Kratos, and that's a nice example in one of the older games that has stuck with me that I think is really quite profound.
Yeah, I thought 2 was great, actually. Hang on one sec. Tech, my child just called me while Hector was talking. Is everything cool? Yeah, no, I'm with you.
She'll be fine.
I know she'll be fine, but did she need something?
I think she's playing guitar.
Oh, okay. I don't know where she is. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, no. I am excited to see. I was talking about this yesterday. I'm excited to see what his new game is, because we've never seen anything from him that isn't based on something that was already there, whether it's Backyard Wrestling or God of War, even though he was one of the key contributors that brought God of War to the state of being already there. It wasn't what he launched, right? Or Justice League or Mad Max or Tomb Raider. So I'm excited to see, and I don't know if we'll see it tomorrow, but I don't know when we'll see it, but I'm very curious to go, okay, coming off a big success that was the 2018 game. So, he had a lot of creative freedom without any limits of anyone else's IP. What does that look like? And I'm very curious about that. So,
Oh, that's going to be great. That's going to be really interesting to see.
Yeah, but I don't know. Tomorrow might be that. Might be Wolverine. Might be, who the fuck knows? 40 minutes? I hope it's not like 10 minutes of new stuff and 30 minutes of Death Stranding. Oh, God. Enough. We get it. You're weird, Kojima. It's stream of consciousness. It's crazy. Whoever would have thought of a crazy little puppet that has consciousness except Pinocchio? We get it. We get it. And I like Kojima. He's one of my favorites. Metal Gear is my favorite. One of my favorite. But my God, enough. Make something that's, digestible. Whatever. I don't know. Hector.
I feel you on
Howl. That. Hector, howl. That's all I got. All right, Hector. Thank you, bud.
That's what I got.
I appreciate it, buddy. I'll see you soon. I'll see you on Sunday.
See you Sunday.
Yep, indeed. There goes Hector into the evening. Maxwell, anything going on?
This is great.
Are you what?
I'm a co-host now.
I was about to say goodbye.
Oh, you're kicking me out too? Oh,
well, yeah, because other people are intimidated by you. No. They're scared. They're scared
of me. I just have a bunch of stuff that my wife doesn't like. Look at all these VHS tapes.
Do you think your wife looks at that and she is aroused by you in spite of that? Or do you think she likes the fact that you hold your ground and you own all that shit? And she's like, I think it's stupid.
She doesn't like any of it. She thinks it's stupid. She's a PC. I want everything digital. I bought her. I'm like, I even buy cassette tapes now. I bought her a singer she liked on cassette tape. I'm like, look here. You know what she did to me? She pulled up her phone. She put Spotify. This is faster, better quality. Don't buy me shit again.
I mean, that's mean, but she ain't lying.
No, she was. So I'm like, all right. I will not.
What was the singer?
Oh, it was Taylor Swift.
I love Taylor Swift.
I mean, I enjoy Taylor Swift. She likes Taylor Swift more than I do.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I bought her. I'm like, look, Taylor Swift brought back cassette tapes, her and James Gunn, because James Gunn and the soundtracks for Guardians 1, 2, and 3 really got cassette tapes going again. So.
Right. What's your dog's name? Look at him back there, just judging you.
Callie, I'm mad at her. She chewed my old headphones.
Good girl, Callie.
Good girl.
Good girl. Yeah.
Puppy.
Callie.
She can't hear.
She can't hear me.
I have headsets on.
Yeah, well. All right,
I wanted to hang out with you so much. I'm late for my stream. I was supposed to have a stream at 10 p.m.
What are you streaming about tonight?
Superman and Guy Gardner. And
I hate that fucking bowl cut. I'm supposed to.
No, I know. People say that's the point. He's supposed to be weird looking. And
yeah.
I'm like,
no, I get it.
I get the
mission
point.
Accomplished.
Right. So I can't stand that argument. It's supposed to be weird. I'm like,
well, I mean, he's supposed to be an unlikable guy.
Yeah.
And he looks.
I'll probably end up loving him though. Honestly.
I'm very excited for it. I could
like
really use a hopeful superhero movie.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'll buy your ticket. We'll go there. We'll go get some VHS tape laser discs.
I'm in San Diego. You're in where?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So it'll be like Kip Jordy. Was that the guy's name in South Park where he took his little computer to the movies with his one Facebook friend? Is that what was happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
All right, Kip.
I'll make it there. So I got some friends over there.
Hey, if you're in town, we'll go see Superman together.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll pay for your ticket.
I don't need you to pay for my ticket.
IMAX, but because I want that cred. I bought Jaffe's ticket to
Fine,
Superman.
you can buy my IMAX. I don't want to see it in IMAX because you're watching it kind of like this.
That's what's going to be exciting about James Gunn's film. Like most of it in IMAX, it's going to be great.
Yeah, but how you got to watch it 5 times? I want to see it in 4XD or whatever that thing is called.
Where your seat moves
and the wind and all that shit.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to it.
I won't squat on your stream. I'll leave now.
You're not squatting. I'm just bored of talking to you.
Oh, all right. Bye then.
It's, you know what? It's not even that. You must know this as a streamer. You look at your numbers, right? And you start to go,
I'm bad for your numbers.
No. But we had a little peak and that was good. And it hung there for a bit. And now we're starting to lose. And I'm like, I don't know what else to say to Max to keep the audience interesting. And that's not a Max issue. That's just like, okay, we've squozen that sponge enough. And now we have, you must do this on your stream, right?
I have a big panel of lots of people. It gets crazy.
Oh yeah. Do people like that?
My interviews, the show that I'm going to get you on is it's just me and a co-host and just the person we're interviewing.
I just wonder about those shows that have like 10 people on it.
Yeah.
And because as somebody watching it, I'm just kind of like going, but I want to interact.
Yeah, I don't do them every
day. I don't want to listen to these fucking people just talking. I don't know. I'm old. Right? Tech Protect. He says, yes, people do like that very much. People like that. I don't know. All right. Good to see you, buddy.
I'll see you later.
All right, Maxwell. Be safe out there.
Dude.
Yeah. I'll keep my head up. You keep your head on because that fucking pastor, I don't trust him.
I'm a big man. I'll
but you know what? When he's sleeping and he comes out with the power of God,
then I'll make it on YouTube. I'll have this story. The pastor tried to kill me
or you will not make it, and I'll have the story.
Okay. Well,
and I'll be like, this was the last time. And then from that, it freeze frames and color drains out of it, and it zooms into you with like a sad song, and then it's like the year, and then it cuts to like your dog in the background, just like, when's he coming home? He's not coming home again. Callie.
She'll destroy all this stuff eventually.
Yeah, it's going to be great. All right, buddy. I'll see you, Max.
All right, bye.
Bye, man. There he goes. That was Max. You could be like Max, too, by calling into the show and having a conversation. Hey, I'll talk about video. Let's do this. Let's go to the internet. Let's go to the internet and let's see what's happening in the world of video games. My guess is not much. But sure, I'll take you there. There's Elon Musk, the son of a bitch. All right, here we go. Topics for Gavin and Games. Let's just run through it. Sanrio rolls out new cinnamon roll popcorn vending machines all over Japan. That's actually not too bad. You sent a super chat. Well, let's read it. Good God Almighty, you sure did. Kevin, thank you, buddy. He says, sorry I missed your stream. How was South of Midnight? Look, man, I'll tell you something. I thought it looked great. I absolutely thought that South of Midnight looked really fun. It looked is the audio back? People can hear me. I thought it looked a lot of fun. A lot of people have bitched about it and said, oh, the gameplay just looks kind of but I'm like, I don't think that's kind of what it's meant to be. I think it's meant to be a game that is about going on this interesting journey. It's not meant to be a hardcore challenging experience. It's not meant to be super duper innovative in the moment to moment combat or platforming. It's meant to be a really cool experience that is unique in the gaming space. And in that, I'm absolutely, I'm super excited for it. I do plan on some more Kingdom Come if I have the energy. Yeah, Brandon, probably put me in a better mood. So yeah, I'm very, I'm excited for it, but it still may suck, but so far so good. I'm also excited for this. Assassin's Creed Shadows coming out. Is it this month? Is Assassin's Creed this month or next month? I think it's next month. Assassin's Creed Shadows players who largely ignore one of the dual protagonists won't be missing out, says Ubisoft. I mean, think about how fucking racist you have to be. Think about how fucking racist or broken you have to be that enough people complain that Ubisoft needs to release this fucking statement or that they just mentioned it. It's a game with two protagonists. Play both of them. You're not paying. I'm sorry. I don't think you're all racist if you have a problem with this. There have been a couple of good arguments here and there about it, about why they don't like Yasuka, even though I don't agree with what they're saying. But the vast majority of them, just shut up. There's no room for you here. Go away. You don't like South of Midnight. It just so happens that most of what you don't like is Kingdom Come 2 because there's the gay folks in it. Assassin's Creed because there's the black guy. South of Midnight because it's the black woman. It's just a little bit too coincidental, my friends. And we're tired of you. We're tired of your racist, ignorant ways. Hopefully Elon Musk can work his mental magic and his financial magic and make a time machine to send a bunch of y'all back to the fucking 1950s Alabama, which is clearly where you want to live. It's clearly where you want to live. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks great. May not be though, but I am, you always got to have an open mind about these things. What else do we got? Who's Monster Hunter Wilds? I don't care. What else? I'm here for you. Oh, look at that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th anniversary is almost 50% off at Amazon. You get yourself a little chainsaw there. That's not too shabby. There you go. Yeah, JD says, will we ever have a white male protagonist in my lifetime? I know it's hard. Oh, I know. It's kind of like I saw somebody today respond to this guy that was bitching about the Super Bowl. He's like, what the fuck is this Kendrick Lamar thing? There wasn't like one white person in it. And the guy was serious. And the guy wrote back and said, they really should have had some diversity and inclusion, so you could have some white people. It's just amazing that these people don't understand what they're complaining about is incredibly stupid and racist. Regardless though, Jaffe says, Father Alex, Kingdom Come 2 is a slow burn. Some people say, is it true? It is, slow burn's a weird term. It is definitely a systems-based game, and it's not slow and not engaging if you're into the simulation of it. And I am into the simulation of it. But if you come in expecting Ninja Gaiden 2, then yeah, I have a feeling it's probably not going to be satisfying you, not just the beginning, but ever. My hype level for Marvel 1943 is relatively high, only because even though I don't know, I made a video about this a while ago. I have a feeling I know what that game is going to be, which is kind of like a much more mainstream thing that a lot of people can play, and it's not an action game straight up. And I have enough superhero action games out there, many of which are excellent. I don't need another one. I'm much more excited by the idea of a big budget video game being made with the intention of opening up gaming to a lot more people. And it's hard to do that with something like As Dusk Falls, which is an original story that's kind of like whatever. But doing that with some of the most beloved characters in pop culture right now, I think that gives it a real good chance. So I'm excited for it, but again, I don't really know much about it other than the very few things that they've released. Chasselet says, if black creators can include all blacks, why can't white creators have all whites? That's always the response I get from my white coworkers. You can have all whites. Nobody's telling you can't. Go make a book and put white people in it. What do I care? But that's fine. So, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. Maybe this is why when I was doing the stream earlier and saying, geez, Jaffe, why are you so annoyed? Why are you so mad? Why are you in such a cranky mood? Maybe that's why, right? I got to put up with ignorance all day long. I got to put up with people who literally think that white males are an oppressed group. I'm just like, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? White males. I mean, in what world, and ain't this one, are white males an oppressed group? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, you lack of historical context, lack of education motherfucker. But Jordan Peterson said that we're being denied opportunities. Yeah, maybe. Welcome to the rest of the fucking world. Well, I mean, it's what it feels like. You don't like it much, do you? I guarantee you the blacks, the Jews, the Muslims, the trans folks, the gays, they don't like it either. So, you know, sucks, right? The reason they say you can't have all whites is because when a game has all whites, the media screams, why no black men? Who gives a shit? You guys act like the media is some kind of, like, who gives a shit? Kingdom Come 1 was a big fucking hit, man. Nobody cares. You guys have this narrative that, I mean, seriously, you guys are being lied to. You have this narrative in your head that if Kotaku doesn't like it, it's going to kill sales. It's going to kill sales with a couple of people, but it's not enough to, you know, you got to sell a lot of fucking copies of a game to make your money back these days at the AAA level. The idea that the number of people that the media affects, it can be meaningful, but it's not the majority of the story, which is why Kingdom Come 2, for example, you know, that is doing incredibly well, even though you've got online media that are like, it's a terrible woke game where you're a kitty diddle thing. I mean, you know, just gross. Just fucking gross. Maybe that's why I'm so cranky these days. You know, I'm just sick of it, man. Maybe I'll take tomorrow off and just edit videos about games. That's what I think I'm going to do. Tech Protect probably won't like it. And I get it because he's trying to help me grow the show. And every day you need to be live. You need to be live. Am I right, Tech Protect? Where'd he go? He vanished.
Gotta be live.
I get it. But I'm just like, you know, I'm just, it's, can't handle it. It's not good for your mental health to put up with this stupidity all day long. Everybody's also fucking, and I'm the only one that's smart. Have you figured that out yet, people? You figured out that I'm the one that knows? I don't seek it out. Yeah, well, that's wise, guy whose board says Jaffe. I agree that they're not oppressed, meaning white men, but quality of life has deteriorated for everyone. And they feel like their pain is not being acknowledged, but everyone else's pain is. Well, then I don't think they're listening. I don't think, you know, the only people that are trying to sell them on the fact that, you know, and I think it's very smart and it's very correct that you're saying everyone's, for the most part, quality of life has dropped recently in the last decade or whatever. It's rough out there in a lot of ways. And I think you're absolutely right. And I think the problem is most people would not say, I don't think you're wrong. I wouldn't not acknowledge that they're having some difficult times too. It's the people who want to make money that they're selling them the victim card is what it is. That's the issue. And it's a problem. That makes me sad, makes me mad. Yeah, if they announce a new God of War remake tomorrow, you have to give us a fake super over the top reaction. I'll just do it now. And then we can just edit it in. Here, let me do it really. This is what it would be like. And again, I know you guys know that these people lie to you all the time, these internet people, but I just can't stand it. It drives me crazy. Let me do it for you. I'm watching. Oh, no, they did. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's got the Blaze of Chaos. Oh my God. Ow. That hurt my head.
Let's do it. That's great.
I like this is I'm in the mood for a fight. Why can't this Lob saying call in? Why is he such a fucking little douche coward? Why don't you call into the show? I will, let's go, bitch. Let's go. I'm in the mood. And instead he just sits, I'm going to type this. Don't forget, Lost Bang, you have school tomorrow. Okay, Mom.
Who are we talking about?
Some guy in the chat. Ravos, what's going on?
Hey, question for you.
Yeah, what you got, baby?
Did you ever work not at a company, but even just a dev team within a company with all white dudes?
No.
Yep, me neither. So why do people think that there's a whole bunch of dev studios with a bunch of white dudes who are being told by some corporate overlord, you have to include women and the browns and black people and people that have different letters after their identity? There's no big conspiracy. It's a simple fact that people make art that reflects who they are or what they know. And when you have a dev team full of white people, black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, LGBTQ plus people, you're going to have little bits and pieces of their identity in those games. Not always, but sometimes. Yeah. And is that worth getting angry over? If you're a bigot,
it must be. I mean, it must be.
I mean, I'm not trying to like, everybody's sick of the culture war stuff.
I am too.
And to me, this is not, I didn't call in to play that game. I just called in to point out that I worked in the industry for multiple companies.
What video game are you playing right now?
Me?
No. Oh. Jesus. Yes, you.
I've been playing shitty gacha games. I've been playing Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact.
Why?
Because I'm kind of burned out on AAA.
Why don't you play Kingdom Come 2? Why don't you play that deck building game with the haunted house I showed you earlier?
Oh, that one looks awesome.
You goddamn right it does.
Yeah. The next game I'm going to be playing is, I'm actually kind of taking a break from AAA until Monster Hunter Wilds. Because once that comes out, I'm probably going to put 300 to 1,000 hours into it.
Did you not play the beta?
Yeah, I played both betas so far.
Okay.
I beat all the monsters, so I'm ready to go.
Father Alex in the chat says he's playing Civ 7, but he said earlier today he got Civ 7 and he returned it. So I don't know what the fuck you're playing.
A lot of people supposedly are not happy with Civ 7. I
hear it's mostly the interface. The game apparently is quite good. One Pump Man is waiting for Avowed. I mean, I'm waiting for that as well, but I'm having a great time with Kingdom Come right now. But there's so much good stuff to play.
Yeah. I mean, the last game I played.
Kevin Sal, thank you, Kevin Sal, for that super chat. I appreciate it, buddy. What were you saying, Ravnos?
The last game that I played and finished was Star Wars Outlaws, and I had a blast.
I did too.
Yeah, it's not perfect. So what? No game is.
No, people. I don't like people anymore. That's not true.
Well, I mean, there's that. That's why you don't leave the house.
I just find a lot of them annoying. Where can I find? And maybe that's good. I mean, I like people with different opinions, but you know,
I've just been trying to stay away from the Twitter shit. Like, if I go to Twitter, I only go to people I follow, and the people I follow are not culture warriors.
But I don't want to be a culture warrior, but I'm worried I get drawn into it because I'm very passionate about the topic, but I don't want to talk about it all the time. It's just, it makes me mad.
I just ignore it. Like, when it's in the chat, just totally ignore it.
Yeah.
Like, if people start going, oh, that game's woke or DEI, or just ignore it.
Yeah, let's bring.
Don't listen to Ravnos. Do not ignore it. Address the points for the views.
Yeah, but see, here's the problem. Tech, I know why you're saying it, to grow the channel. The problem is, do you want a channel full of dipshit morons?
Yeah.
Or do you want a channel of people that have been paying for a membership for years? Because you should look at the chat in Discord, because there's a lot of people in Discord that as soon as Jaffe talks culture wars, they leave the stream.
Yeah, like 5 people to 20 people. But the idea
is... what happens if those 5 people leave the Discord or cancel their memberships?
What happens if we gain 500 new viewers that are like, oh, I like when this is like the topic?
But do they like Jaffe, or do they like shitting on Jaffe and then reporting back to Asmongold, Grimes,
that's my
JT?
How can any of these people? But that's the thing, man. I'm going to make a video. I'm working on like 6 videos right now that are game centric. I love talking games. I love talking game theory. That will not go away. But what I will say though is, like, I do find that, I'm not going to lie, I find that fascinating. I find the fact that if you strip away the trolls, there are people out there that really will go to war for these people. These people like Asmongold, or these people like Smash JT or whatever. And I just find it, you know, as the kids say, so cringe for those people. And I have secondhand embarrassment for those people. And so I can't help but want to talk about it because it fascinates me.
Perfect example. Like, how did you find out, like over a year ago, how did you find out that Melanie Mack said shit about you? Is it because you were watching her content?
No.
Someone sent you.
I went on, what's the guy's name? Stuttering Craig had come on my show, and she's on his show.
Yeah.
And that's how I found out. But no, I do not follow Melanie Mack at all. I would not give her the time of day. I think she's a horrible person.
Well, but the same way people will send you links. Hey, Jeffy, look at what so-and-so did or said or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what people do from your chat, I'm assuming, to those other people that don't like you. I mean,
what's the problem
I want you to be successful. I do.
I think
in this you've been successful in life.
I think that I am the best YouTuber out there. That's true. I don't you don't have to.
I mean, your stream today buffered 1 million times and crashed.
That's technology. I'm talking heart, baby. I'm talking the ability to communicate and connect. I'm talking to engage with good conversation. Now, it's okay to be embarrassed to agree with me, but I know deep down, Ravnos, you agree with me. And that's all. I think
let's put it this way. You and me have a lot of things alike. I mean, we're the same age. We're both lean left. So yeah, I find you entertaining. When you say shit that's a little bit inappropriate and off the cuff, I laugh because I'm an idiot, you know? But yeah, I mean, you don't have the best production value. No offense to Tech Protect. That wasn't a slap at your producer. But
I don't know what he is calling himself Tech Protect for, though. I don't understand that.
I think he's protecting tech, or is he using tech? He's not
protecting my tech.
Speaking of that, we have a longtime family member of the stream, Swapfire, coming on in.
I thought we had. Okay, let's get Swapfire, but let's not forget David Seager. We'll bring him.
And you know we can.
No. I'll bring out the spray bottle, Ted. No.
Spray bottle.
All right, just to introduce Swapfire. Swapfire has a game on Steam. Wishlist it now. Also,
it is called Swapfire. He named the game after himself.
Yeah. Currently,
let me do the intro.
Well, I'm the producer. I'm like fucking. What's that guy from? What's his name? The buff bald dude.
I'm so glad you were prepared. You don't even know who you're.
Not Elon Musk.
Bald dude. The Rock.
What's his name? No, he has a stream. He's like Jerry, or I don't know. Fucking.
Jamie.
Jamie. Yeah.
Well, Jamie doesn't introduce the fucking people on the Joe
Rogan show. Anyway, Swapfire #2 ranked nationally for next in line for a live action Reed Richards cameo. Handsome man as well. Welcome, Swapfire.
Oh, appreciate that, Tech.
Okay, well, here's what I was going to say. Swapfire loves games. He decided to make his own games. He not only has a game right now out on Steam that you can play, which is quite interesting, called Swapfire. He's working on a brand new game. The man doesn't stop because he loves the craft. He loves getting in there into the code and going, how do I take what I have in my brain pan and share it with the world through the beautiful art that is interactivity. Swapfire, it's nice to see you. What do you want to talk about on this very special episode of whatever we're calling the show today?
It's interesting. What actually pulled me in was your comment a second ago, because I actually think that that's true. I've been watching streams, right? Because I was bored at work, so I started watching the streams, and I actually think that your stream is the most entertaining stream. Somehow,
delightful.
The way that you jump subjects and, but you always bring the point back to, and it actually is, I found that it is the most entertaining stream. I go and I try to watch other ones and I'm like, I would get bored. And even though I think the production values are great and all that, and whatever, production values do make a difference. Although I did notice you tried to speed up your stuff a little bit like last year. the YouTube style is like da 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 da. Everybody tries to go real fast, and
Wait, you mean in the edit?
It
In
ruined
the
it.
editing or the streaming? I can't do that in live. That's just how
No,
I
no,
talk.
you can't do it live, but you did try to do it in your pre-recorded shows, and then it wasn't as natural, right? But naturally, you move quick, and naturally, you're able to jump subjects and go back and forth, and
Yeah.
I was like, no, I think that's true. I think, I
Someone
haven't watched
said-
everybody on YouTube, of course, but
No, I'm the absolute best. You're in the right place. Somebody said on the chat that you look like Mark Ruffalo. Do you ever get that?
he is from Virginia. He actually went to the same high school that I went to.
Staggering how little I care about what you're saying right now. What I asked is, has anyone ever told you that you look like Mark Ruffalo?
No,
you know what's
haven't heard
funny
that
is people actually think that I'm serious when I'm being mean like that, and I'm like, dude, who talks to people like that? Honestly, I'm fucking around with the guy, man. Come on, man. What are you talking about? But yeah, no, I love streaming. I really do. And it just seems like, we're in a culture where a lot of, and, I'm not going to lie to you, man, that drives me a little batshit sometimes, that we're in a culture where the people that really don't have to give much of themselves. Isn't that terrible to say? What a petty thing to say, but it feels like the people who don't really give too much of themselves and don't care to be honest with their audience, those guys are soaring, man. And it's just like, but again, it's entertainment. You got to fucking entertain them, and people like to have what they already believe brought back to them by somebody else. I get it. But
Yeah.
Swapfire, let me ask you this. Your new game you're working on, what's the inspiration? I know you don't want to tell us what it's about. What's the inspiration?
I told you about a guy that I tried to mentor for a while because I had a festival here called Pixel Fest. I had my own. I did a podcast for about 6 months.
Okay.
I actually went back and watched it after watching yours, and I was like, my podcast was so boring. But anyway, I had a lot of folks that I was trying to mentor, and one of the guys, I spent years trying to kind of help him get over the hump. He was very passionate. I thought he was just as passionate as I was about making games. He really just wanted to design them, I think, but.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I get that. Keep going. Sorry.
He liked digital art, and so I was trying to get him over that hump. Write a little bit of code. The interactivity is really what games are about, and so the game is actually based on doing art while thinking like a programmer.
So, what can you talk about? What the game is, or not yet?
He's lagged out. Now I can't hear him.
To the prototype.
Are you back?
The original prototype, you basically have a picture that you have to recreate, right? And so you have to recreate it, but you can't just straight up pixel paint it, right? So it's like a little pixel painting. The one that I'm working on for the new platform is a little different than the prototype. But when you go to put a pixel down, it doesn't go where you think it's going to go. And then you have to kind of pattern crack where you think you have to figure out where the pixels go. And,
is it
so you might click like, hey, I want to paint a red pixel there, and it's going to go like up 2 pixels, and you're like, what? Why did it just go up?
Is it fun to do?
It is, yeah. People they seem to get hooked on it because it's such a simple concept, but you can't just go direct what you want to do. You're like, I want to do that, but you have to stop for a split second and think. But you don't have to stop and think so long that that it's slow. It's just enough where you have to pause for a split second and put a little thought into it. So the one that I'm working on now, because the original prototype, it was just a mouse-driven GUI thing, and I made it in like an hour or two. The one I'm working on now will be 4-player. Actually, it's going to be 5-player, and so it's going to bring some multiplayer into it. And I'm still working on some of the gameplay modes and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it. It's do art while thinking like a programmer. That's the concept.
When will it be ready to play?
We'll be ready to play hopefully within the next 3 months. I hope.
That's cool.
You never know, right? It's sometimes you get into some rabbit holes, but this is actually the first game that I designed the whole game, graphics, concept, all that stuff before programming it. And I've actually split the roles up for the first time. Usually I like design and code simultaneously and kind of, do that thing. And this one, I designed it all out. I have like it's like a 600 frame animation of every screen, everything moving, demonstrating all the objects and everything like that. So I did the graphics, and now I'm putting myself in just the programmer role. And it's on one hand, I'm pushing myself harder as a programmer because I have to meet the design that I set. On the other hand, the programming is harder because I'm not saying, oh, that's a pain in the ass to program, so let me change that or whatever. That's a little tricky. Normally, it's like you kind of do something, you're like, yeah, that's going to be a pain. Let me walk that back a little bit.
And it's interesting too, because usually, when I would work on design documents, they usually just get thrown away. I mean, they're good to write and figure out what your game is, but then after that, you really have to have the freedom to just go where the fun takes you. And so I imagine you're seeing that happening as well. It's like you wrote this design, but you're also like, what's fun on paper is rarely translates,
Yeah, actually, my kids played it. Actually, I had like 3 people play like a very early build of it. There's none of the mechanics were fully engaged, but the first thing everybody wanted to do when they got into the game was just throw paint at the board as fast as they could and fill it up. And I was like, that's a gameplay mode. We'll have one where you just try to put as much paint on the board as possible and then see who wins, like a turf war. But that's totally not what the gameplay mechanic was. It just was like an early prototype where the mechanics weren't fully implemented, and just people naturally, that's what they did. So it's like, okay, so
it's tough to know how to read that, right? It's on one hand, you could say some people would take that like Devil May Cry from a bug in Resident Evil 2, I think. And that's where they got the juggling from, and they built a whole game around it. And some people would say, okay, I still want to make the game I want to make, but what can I do to make that not the intuitive thing? Because if that's the intuitive thing and it doesn't become the main thing, people might get frustrated, So it's like in Drawn to Death. I wanted the time to kill in Drawn to Death to be really high, like in Twisted Metal. But I made the mistake of making the enemies you were shooting look like people. And people had brought to it their assumption that people die in 1 or 2 shots in other shooters.
Yep.
And so your time to kill makes no sense. And that really nailed us in playtest and stuff. So it's a fine balance knowing when to listen to that instinct of the audience and change it versus, no, this is the vision, I'm going to stick to it,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, that the time to kill thing, that's super interesting because you do as soon as you have a graphic representation of something, it's imparting something. It's imparting predefined knowledge, and that's always tricky. I was going to say, I figured the way that I'm going to handle this, because I was so angry actually that people had so much fun with that because it's so simple. Yeah. And I put so much work into the design, and I was like, that's it. I'm just throwing the rest of the game out. I'm just going to do that. And I was like, no. Actually, it was my sister. She kind of walked me off the ledge. She's like, no, I think you've got something special there. Keep going with it. And I think the way I'll probably handle it is some type of Sakurai type GUI where, you have the different game modes, but maybe one of them is a little bigger. Where's it on the screen here? One of them is kind of smaller. One of them is bigger. One's a little bigger. Something like that to try to weight, which is the most important gameplay mode, but still let people choose. And then, of course, I'll have to figure out which one's the most important because I don't know yet.
Yeah, and ultimately, if what you're offering isn't as fun as the one they want to do, then you got to figure that out too.
Yeah, make that one bigger.
No. Have fun with that. You can trick them into playing it, but if they play it and don't love it, they're still going to walk away.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. The one that people love the most, that will be the one that probably gets recommended the most.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I understand.
It's like, all right, well, who cares of the game that I designed? If nobody wants to play that, then we can minimize that. You can still check it out. But yeah, I hope people dig the puzzle. It's kind of like a puzzle pattern type thing. I hope they dig it. But, if at the end of the day they have more fun just playing some paint turf war thing, then so be it.
Yep. All right, buddy, I'm going to let you go. Yeah. Good to talk to you. I'll see you soon. We'll try our live thing this week. I promise. Today, my internet's shit in the bed. In fact, Mad Vision says address the upload speed. Are you guys telling me you're still getting the streams buffering again? Tech, what the fuck? All right, Swapfire. Thanks, buddy.
Have a good night, y'all.
You too, bud. Tech, what's going on?
I'm not noticing anything on my end.
Oh my God.
You got choppy a little bit for me.
On YouTube, I have not seen a change.
Hector Howell says lots of buffering.
When you upgraded the internet, what is it upgraded to? Did they tell you like what your up and down is?
My up is 40 and my down is supposed to be a gig, but
if your up is 40, you shouldn't be having issues.
Oh,
that's
I know.
Weird.
I know.
That's weird.
So I don't, and at first we thought, oh, well, maybe it's maybe it has more to do with the bit rate, but now that we're on variable bit rate with Talk Studio, it shouldn't be that.
Yeah. No, this stream was running really good for a while, and then it wasn't until when he first came on and I was just listening, you got kind of choppy after you made the joke. You're like, oh, what you're saying is so boring. I don't care what you're saying. And then he's like, people know I'm not serious. You kind of buffered a little for me, but it fixed itself right away.
All right. Well, let's see what happens. Let's bring on David Seager. Ravos, good to talk to you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll see you soon.
I'm going to leave late.
All right. All right. David Seager and the Silver Bullet Band. What's going on, champ? David Seager, a man out of his own time, wondering, will he ever make it back? I got nothing. What's the deal, Seager?
I don't know if he's there. The fact that his background or his camera's the color of the background.
Here he comes. It could be English Taco. He says must be a U.S. internet provider issue. Could be. Absolutely. Absolutely. Benny's Interwebs Inc. service is converting to tenor. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's pissing me off, though. I'll tell you that. But yeah, so video game news, man. What else you want to talk about? What else is there to talk about in the world? What do you guys want to talk about, fellas? Let's go to you're pretty buffered. I don't understand. Let's look at let's take a look at the YouTube, not the YouTube, the goddamn what's the word? Let's look at the Twitter and see what's happening over there real quick. All right. There's Anne Hathaway. What's she doing? People like that she's a fan of the she's a fan of the Eagles. Gene Park gets it. She says, this makes me feel like a forward young man. You goddamn right. What else do we got? Who's this? What wrestling's on right now? I thought it's Tuesday. I thought wrestling was on Mondays. Let's see. Oh, let's watch Elon Musk for a moment. Look at Trump's face, by the way. Look at Trump's face when this reporter asked him about being honest. Well, that's not the one. I'll have to show it to you in a minute. What's this game? Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. Pro-Palestine protesters have gathered at the Captain America premiere in Hollywood. Oh, good for them. Although it looks like America is going to be trying to buy Palestine. Definitely read my milestone chat. Oh, I'll read it. I didn't see it, but let me get it. All right. Thank you for that super chat. Yeah, there you go. Gravedigger. Thanks, champ. He says, Kevin Sal, Kingdom Come. Yeah. Gravedigger, 11 months. Thank you, sir. He says, your audience needs a paranormal focused. I love the weird, tiny bit of UFO stuff. If you must, turn on the creepy background music. Love your cozy shows. I appreciate that. We did, we've been trying to marble all of that into the main show. I don't know if you've been noticing, but every show now has a mix of gaming news, pop culture news, weird UFOs and crazy shit. So I'm trying to do that with every show versus saying it is an I love the weird show. Now, if you'd like it more concentrated, I guess we can do it, but people seem to not like that as much. But you guys let me know. But I appreciate the support, buddy. Thank you. Let's see what we got. Let's see. And if you're an indie developer, by the way, let's be clear. Next Fest is coming up. Next Fest is on the way. And we're running ads here on the show for people who have indie games that want to get them out. This channel, over the course of a month, we get about 2.5 million impressions on YouTube. And it's growing. Over the course of a month, we get 2 to 3.5 million on Twitter. And we broadcast the show on Twitter. So if you're concerned about, hey, how do I make my game stand out at Next Fest? Because there's going to be a lot of them. You know that. How do we do that? That's not a problem. You just reach out to me, reach out to Tech Protect, go to my Twitter, and, we got you covered. We'll help you out. You smell so good. What are you wearing? Look at that. That's pretty cool. The The beginning of this video is horrifying. Well, now we have to watch it. I don't want to watch it because it's got the sound. Oh, look, Frank Frazetta. Funny thing that the character of Captain America would have sided with Palestine. Yeah. Well, I don't think it's that black and white though, but I think he certainly would side with the Palestinian people. He wouldn't have sided with Hamas. He wouldn't have sided with October 7th, of course. But sure, I think most people side with the Palestinians. Just like most people probably side with the, citizens in Israel. But, unless you're just an asshole. Will Smith's son and Justin Bieber. Okay. There's the Mario. That press conference. Oh, that's cool. What is that? Doesn't necessarily have to be video game. I mean, I don't do a lot of tech stuff. I'm not really, look, I can't even get my stream to not buffer. So I don't fucking, you mean the ads we run, or do you mean what I talk about? No, we'll, as long as somebody's not, shilling crap, I'll promote almost anything if it's good product. Look at that. That's cool, man. That's cool. That's beautiful. Look at that. I would never want to do that work. But that's cool. I love how it looks like it's comic book art, like all the blacks. It's awesome. Yeah, people are amazingly talented. What's this? Oh, dude, Smoking the Bandit's great. I just watched the Smoking the Bandit, the original, not too long ago. And it actually kind of holds up for what it is. It was really fucking good, man. The fuck is that? That's not real, is it? No, that's not real. That's cool. I mean, it's real, but it's not the actual game, right? This is like a Unreal thing. That's not what Mario thing. No, that's bullshit. Eternal Strands. I like Eternal Strands, but I mean, think about that for a minute. Think about that. OZ, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Tech stuff. I mean, think about the fact that you can have a game as good as Eternal Strands, and it is a good game. But it just, I don't think it's doing that well. That's how fucking hard it is out there. And that's how fucking long games are, that it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is so stupid. Gulf of America. What's the matter with people? I tell you what, Trump, I don't care. Yeah, I was going to say something, but the people who agree. People who don't are going to, whatever. This is true. It's a little kitty cat giving somebody Adderall. Says you now have the strength to fold the laundry that's been on the chair for 3 days. It is, oh, hello, Sydney. It is hard to, have the ADD. It's this real challenge, man. It's a real challenge.
We have longtime viewer of the stream, P Turtle, and David Seager.
Let's bring on Seager first, because he's been waiting.
Yo, can you hear me?
What's up, Seager? How you doing, bud?
What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm feeling better now that we did. We've been streaming for a while. I was real cranky at the start of this fucking stream. I wasn't feeling all that great. I was really in a bad mood, but I feel better. So, how about you? What's going on with you?
Not too bad. Just been shooting the shit with some people, and excited for Sony's conference tomorrow. I hope it's not a shit show.
No, it should be good.
What are you looking forward to most out of it? Or I guess if you could hope for one thing that they announce.
Okay, I would love a Bloodborne. I would absolutely love. Okay, so if it were me, I could have anything. I would hope they would announce Bloodborne remaster, Shadow Drop. What? That would be great. I hope they would announce. I'd love to see Corey's new game. I would love to see a re-release of Returnal with some adjustments made to make it a more commercial game in terms of those would be the three things that would just fucking delight the fuck out of me. I would say I really don't care all that much about seeing Wolverine. If they have any third party, like I don't think we'll see Resident Evil 9, but I would love to. Blow my mind. And I think I'd love to see the new Tomb Raider. Like I'd love for them to say, hey, Tomb Raider Crystal Dynamics exclusive for a year on PlayStation. That would be great. I know people don't like exclusives. I don't give a shit because I own everything, but I like exclusives. Until we get the all streaming future that is coming, exclusives make the world go round. That's what makes people compete, you know? So that's what I would say. What about you?
Better ecosystems. If they show live service, which I really hope they don't show live service, but if they do, I hope they show fair games and it looks good.
Well, I hear the rumor is Marathon is being showed tomorrow.
Oh, okay. That too, because extraction shooters haven't hit well like to the mass market. So if that looks good, I'd be happy with that. Like Tarkov's big, like extraction shooters.
I think on the PC.
Yeah.
But console market, I think you're probably correct.
Yeah, that's more what I meant.
I mean, I know Warzone is popular on console, but I don't know out of all the Call of Duty products, I'm not sure if Warzone outshines or out delivers compared to
Modern Warzone got rid of their
extraction mode, which I thought was great, by the way. I only played it like twice and I was like, this is fucking awesome. And then it was gone. But
I kind of agree with that. I feel like they just didn't update it enough and it sucks.
Mutenmo says a Ghost of Yodi. We're probably going to see Ghost of Yodi for sure, but he says a demo would be insane. I don't think we're getting a demo, but I agree that would be something.
Yeah, they better show a release date.
Or what? Then you'll just wait for them to show it later.
Yeah, I'll buy it when it comes out. Jaffe.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's the problem with basically being number one and having no competition. Yeah. It's like you better show it or what? You better show it. Okay.
Show it or you'll get angry YouTube comments that
so what's going on? What do you want to talk about?
Nothing. If you had a minute, I finished the weird occult Christian book.
What did you think?
I thought it was good. Overall, I mean, I'm not a religious person at all, but it was not preachy, which I enjoyed. It was kind of like, hey, I love this stuff and I love being a Catholic and this is what I find really cool that nobody talks about. The coolest parts, I liked when they talked about, Christopher fighting the dragon. That was cool. The werewolf story was cool, but I also liked the chapter about kind of like the papal warfare where like 7 popes got assassinated in like 10 years.
Do you have the book with you? Can you show people? Because they may not know what you're talking about.
I have it on audio. I listened to it on audiobook.
It's a book. What is it called? Weird Catholic.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah. It's basically a guy who's kind of like a ghost hunter, myth hunter.
Weird Catholic handbook.
Yeah. And it goes through all of these stories in the sort of Catholic tradition that are weird, like ghosts and serial killers and werewolves. And there's one about the one that caught my fancy was Santa Claus fighting the demonic Christmas tree.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking cool. But
and how like a lot of the early Saint Nick artwork had him like with Krampus following him, basically. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a cool book. I recommend it.
Yeah, it was definitely a good read. So thanks for that. And I liked how there was one Pope who died, and the next Pope held his dead body on trial, and then
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so a priest died, and this is I think in the 800s. A Pope died. The next Pope took over, and obviously didn't like the things that the previous Pope did before he died. So he held him on trial for basically being a warmonger, found his dead body guilty, cut off his fingers, and then threw his body into the sea.
Well, here's what I'll say, though. It sounds ridiculous now, but as I'm playing this game right now, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't play the first one, so I wasn't aware what I was getting into, but it is very much as much as possible, you know, it is a simulation of life in those times and you as this character. And it does a wonderful job of, at least from my perspective, putting me in that headspace of what it must have been like. And I found myself wandering around this field at night and looking up at the sky, and they have the moon, and it's like, the moon is still cool in 2025, but we know so much about it that when you think about what must those people have thought back then in 1200 AD or 800 AD or whatever, it starts to make sense that these people would go, I'm going to put your dead body on trial, and if you're guilty, you'll burn in hell or whatever, because what else are you to make of this scenario that hangs above our head? And it's like, why would you not believe those things? Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's weird now looking back and going, you put a dead body on trial. What's the matter with you? But you know, maybe back then they were just like, or maybe not. Yeah. Maybe the peasants believed it, but even then the powers that be, the 1% were like, dude,
this is
I got this idea for something called hell. What's that?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen.
This is what's even crazier about
scare people into doing what we want. Really? Yeah. All right. Run with it.
Here's what's even crazier about the story, though. That the Pope found the dead Pope guilty, cut off his fingers, threw him in the Adriatic Sea or whatever sea outside of Rome. I don't know. They didn't specify. Then that Pope gets assassinated. The next Pope undoes, pardons basically the dead Pope that was thrown into the sea, and they fish his body out of the sea.
This was in the same book I read. Maybe it's like a special audio chapter or something, because I don't remember.
I'll tell you what it was. It was chapter. It's in chapter 7.
All right. I must have missed it. Maybe I was reading while I was falling asleep and I forgot it. But yeah, it's nuts, man.
Yeah,
history is nuts, man.
It makes me want to. Next time, I won't be in that part. I'm going to Europe this year, but I won't be in that part of Europe. Yeah. But I want to find like one of those ashuary bone churches in Sheffield.
Yes, hell yeah.
Because I don't not a believer, don't really care about religion, but I love the history and the pageantry, I guess, of it. So.
Oh yeah, it's easy. Like I said, looking back without having any of the science, although the science was starting, but you know what I'm saying, what we know now, it's easy to lose yourself in that and go, oh, this is the truth. This is being offered to me. I don't know any better about the people who are trying to manipulate me and keep power. They seem to think they're looking out for my best interest. It must be very comforting in some ways to have really been a believer and just gone, oh yeah, this shit's real. It's like, oh, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. It made me think, which when you talk about Kingdom Come, that makes me, it's not the same, but it's definitely inspired by it. But I got that same feeling in, did you play The Witcher 3 at all?
A little, but I didn't play it when I was in the right headspace, so I didn't spend much time with it.
Got it. Well, and at one point in the game, you get to like the main medieval city, and it's a big, castle, sprawling city, and there's, their priests are there, and they're like burning witches and sorceresses and they have street preachers that are telling everybody, they're going to go to hell and everything like that, and it's like, must have been a wild time.
I'm very interested in the next Assassin's Creed as well, because it's all my understanding. It's all Salem witch trial. I'm like, are you shitting? That sounds fantastic. So
yeah.
All right, buddy. Good to talk to you. I'm glad your camera works. I'll see you soon, man.
Yep. Have a good one.
You as well, sir. All right, here we go. The one, the only. It's P Turtle. What's up, P Turtle?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Oh my God, so disrespectful. What's going on, man? I heard you're having a bad day.
I'm feeling better now, but I was having a bunch of tech problems and tech problems. Zing! No, it was some streaming shit that we still don't entirely have worked out. And so I was, when you get a whole show planned and then you're like, I can't do it because the tech, I get pissed off, but I've enjoyed this stream a lot. Been fun to talk to people. So, it's that whole thing. You don't feel like exercising some days, but when you do it, you always are happy you did.
Well, when I heard you were having a bad day, I figured I'd call in because I kind of want to share. I'm having a great day.
Why not make it worse? I understand. Continue.
No, I'm having a great day, and I'd love to tell you about it.
Yes. What happened? What happened in your amazing world today, Peter?
I came home, and my girlfriend got me a gift. And I don't.
Was it a restraining order?
I don't celebrate holidays. I don't celebrate my birthday. So a gift to me is a big deal.
Okay, so what'd she get you?
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
No.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
I mean, I'm aware. Okay, I'm aware of some of it. What? Yeah, keep going.
There was a commercial.
JD says, "Did you hang it on your fridge?" Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's good, buddy. All right, keep going. If you don't know, it's because he's a pedophile.
I get it. Love is love.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, what did she get you?
So there was a commercial during the Super Bowl of Kanye talking about clothes that he's selling on his website, and there was when you got to the site right after the Super Bowl ad, there was one shirt there, and she was able to get it before it sold out. And
what does it say?
Shirt. It has a cool symbol. I don't really know what it means.
Is it just anti-Semitic, beyond anti-Semitic, or what?
It could be. I haven't looked yet. I got to check, but I'm happy because I got a nice gift.
I'm glad. I'm glad she got you that. That's fantastic. She must love you a whole lot. Pete Turtle, you're also on now with Movie Maniac. He said, please don't let Pete Turtle go without bringing me on to talk to him. So I figured he had something he wanted to say to you.
Oh, what's up, Movie Maniac? He's the one who made my logo, the Pete Turtle logo.
It's true.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I just want to be in the presence of greatness for just a few minutes. That's
I appreciate that because I don't get a lot of respect in this community.
You really don't. I don't think you get as much as you deserve.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Jaffe gives you a little bit, and I think that's wise of him. The community gives you a little bit,
guy,
and together you don't get enough.
He deserves less.
Yeah.
Painful.
But you're only saying that because he paid you to make his logo.
No, he did. He did it in your Discord. It was really nice.
I don't know why you just didn't use Chat GPT, but sure, whatever.
Dude, you can't Chat GPT my art, Jaffe.
I haven't seen your art. What's it look like?
It's I'll send you, dude. If you open it on chat, I will send you, or on stream.
I'll open it right now. I'll open it right now.
I mean, I'll send you a physical one if you want.
Well, let me see it first. I may hate it.
All right.
What if it's terrible?
No, it's not. It's great.
I mean, you might think so. I don't know.
No, I'm sure I'll love it. But let's see.
Let me see. I gotta get it first.
All right. Well, Pete Turtle.
Did you hear about? Because I know you've been shitting on this game, and you've kind of tried to been underplaying how well it did.
What game?
Stellar Blade. That they had that shift up had like
I have not. Well, hang on. I have not been shitting on the game. I have said that it. Sorry.
You've been subtly attacking. Oh, it didn't do that great, and
go
ahead. God damn it!
Because you're intentionally misstating my point. My point is nothing about the game. Yeah, the game. What I played of it, I thought was great. Looks great. I love the characters. I love how it opens immediately in the middle of action. It's just fucking really, really great. But it's more, and I like the over the top sexuality of it. It's it's cool. But I think that it being held up as some sort of standard bearer by the Gamergate 2.0 people of like, see, we told you, we are Legion, we are coming. And I'm like, dude, it sold like 1.6 million copies before it started getting price drops, which is great, by the way. It's getting a sequel. It's getting, apparently the PC version they just announced yesterday is going to have more, not just like art content, but it's going to have like, I think, gameplay content. And it could be the beginning of a really beloved franchise. So my biggest issue is more about pushing back on the narrative that it is some kind of revelation that all of these, Gamergate types have been saying this is proof that we need to be listened to. It's like, really?
Well, it sounds like the game was a huge success, though. Huge.
Well, I mean, it made profit. It didn't cost a lot to make. And so it was a very big success at that scale. It wasn't Spider-Man numbers or God of War numbers or, anything like that. Sony would not have looked at it as a success. It sold less than Days Gone, which they wouldn't even greenlight a sequel for.
I don't think they didn't greenlight Days Gone for different reasons. I don't think.
Oh yeah, and Days Gone probably cost more, at least comparatively. You know,
yeah,
if you
it costs more, but also I think there was a lot of negative stuff going around that game.
Right. The point is though
to
is
get
that
rid of the white male protagonist. That's what I think.
okay. Regardless though, so no, what's your point though? Because no, I don't shit on the game. I think the game is
No,
cool.
you take subtle jabs like, oh yeah, just
not at the game, not at the game though. I take not subtle. I mean to take very
subtle jabs at the success of the game. But nevertheless,
not
it
even
turns out
that.
the game is a big success.
Okay.
It is. Look at did you read it today? Did you read the news?
Yeah, I just told you the news is they're making a sequel. The PC version that's coming soon is going to have extra content.
No, I'm talking about Shift Up having a record growth due to the success of.
Yeah, but that's easy when you're a company that this time last year or before it came out probably never made any more money than maybe 5% that they tucked away of whatever the publisher paid them for
if it was
milestones.
freaking Dream Daddy or a game of that nature, you would be, going crazy about how well it did.
Oh my God!
But because it's Stellar Blade, you don't really want to talk about it, and I have to come on here, and I'm the one who has to deliver that news.
All right. Well, the news has been delivered.
Hey, Jeffy, where do you want me to put the picture?
Just DM me on Discord or Twitter, whatever's easier for you. I'm not against talking about Stellar Blade. I think it's cool. I'm just
sex sells. Sexy women sell.
They do. There's no problem with it. I've never
Not
pushed back on that.
jaw women. That's why we don't got to get into that. I got to ask you two quick
things. I think I'm so bored of that. You know you're wrong. You know I'm right. What's the point?
Two quick things.
Yeah.
When are you doing the Alyssa Mercante stream?
Well, she's supposed to come on this week. But I'm not entirely sure if she's busy. I think she might be at DICE. So I'm hoping this week, and I'm hoping next week Alana is supposed to be on the 17th, I think, or the week of the 17th.
Oh, I gotta get my notes ready for her.
Well, that might be what I might start doing, by the way, is lunch with Jaffe's with a guest. And so you have to be Cult Calypso.
Holy shit, you're forcing these women to go on a date with you?
And then what happens after Cult Calypso and Mods and Above come to the show a month after it airs or a week after it airs, it'll be a video that everybody can watch. So I'm not entirely, I might start doing that to sort of incentivize folks who are Cult Calypso members is what I'm thinking.
But don't you think if you get big guests on that would raise your numbers rather than hiding them behind a paywall?
Well, I think it achieves two different things. I think the numbers will still be there after the week that it goes live. But I also think that you want to incentivize and reward people that have been paying for memberships. So it's a balance.
Yeah, well, then that means I can't join. What the fuck?
You'll be able to watch it eventually, though. Movie Maniac just joined. Let me see.
I did. You, buddy. I've done it once again.
Yes, thank you, buddy, for being a member. I appreciate that. Appreciate the support.
I'm sending I sent some photos to the main channel in the Discord because it wasn't taking me on the DM.
Let's
so
see what we got.
This guy
I'm
makes
gonna
good
send
stuff,
two
man.
more, just because the P Turtle one's cool, but that's not. I don't know. I can maybe do a little bit
to the main channel, the general channel in Discord.
Yeah, it should be. Hang on. Well, it says processing. Let me see.
The only thing I see right now is Ravos.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's links and pictures. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
There's that, and then we got these two guys too.
What happened? It just reordered channels. Oh, that's cool.
I'm pretty certain that's what P Turtle looks like in real life.
I can't see it because I'm on my phone. When I get off,
I'm gonna put it on the screen for people to look at. All right. It's pretty good. I dig this. This is very neat. Hang on, let me put it up for people to see. Sure. Where is it? That's cool. Now, I assure you, that's not what P Turtle looks like in real life.
That is exactly what I look.
Do you assure me though? Because I don't know, Jaffe.
I like your stuff though. It's disturbing. I'm a fan of disturbing art. I like disturbing.
That makes two of us.
Yeah,
for sure. Speaking of disturbing art, have you played Fear and Hunger 2 yet?
Fear and Hunger 2. I don't even know what that is. Fear and Hunger 2.
That is one of the more disturbing games I think I've played in like a really long time.
Hang on, let's see. Yeah, this is cool stuff, dude. I like it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Fear and Hunger 2.
The talent recognizes talent.
Okay. See how just dismissive I am of you, Peter.
Cold,
It's so delightful. This is the game that I have up. Are you seeing this?
That's the one. Yeah.
And what kind of game is this? What is this game?
It's like a roguelike, but it is the most brutal, fucked up roguelike I think you'll probably ever play.
It's brutal. It's brutal in that it's very hard, or it's emotionally, conceptually brutal.
It is emotionally just like one gut punch after another, and it's got.
Is it free, or did I just already buy it?
You might have already bought it because I don't think it's free.
Yeah, it's in my library. Okay,
maybe. This guy definitely doesn't play games. He just collects.
Oh, shut up, bitch! I'll tell you what. I'm playing so many fucking games that make your goddamn fucking head.
Yeah, you play 15 minutes of them, and you get bored, and then you do a review.
Yeah, maybe that. But I think I heard this was really disturbing. Okay,
what's this game called? What's it called?
Oh, it is so worth your time, man.
But is it super fucking hard? Like I won't be able to play it, or is it?
I mean, I think you can play. I mean, you keep denigrating yourself, saying you suck at games or whatever, but it's like you beat Bloodborne, and if you can do that, you can play Fear and Hunger too.
Well, it looks like it's turn-based, right?
Yeah, it's basically like a JRPG, only like the fucked upness is cranked up to 11.
Okay, all right,
and it's got it's weird. It's got nudity, and it's like it's got some penises, Jaffe. It's got some penises.
Am I gonna have a problem streaming it on YouTube then with the penis?
I wouldn't stream it, is what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Tell P Turtle says, Seager, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Stellar Blade only charted at number 36 on PlayStation for 2024, not groundbreaking. I think he knows. I think he's just trying to. I think he's trying to skew the narrative a little bit, but I appreciate that, Seager.
I'm talking about the game was a major success for that studio.
Excellent. I love that story, P Turtle. Movie Maniac, though, yeah, thank you for recommending this. This looks awesome. I love stuff like this. I like to follow these artists. If you go to where do they have it? Is it more and list? I think I have a list of like horror artists. Maybe it's just art though. Let's see.
Dude, follow me on Instagram. I do the that's kind of my bag. Oh, you're just on Twitter though, aren't you?
Oh, look at that. That's cool. Look at that.
That is wild.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Goddamn right. Oh, that's gonna get me in trouble.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, Mr. J.
Nerdy stoner. Never let them force you to wear pants. Nerd stuff, fat chick. Well, you can put it back up. I don't care, Tech.
Was that Stoner Joe?
You don't care? I care.
Well, it's the same. That's the thing is like the guy doesn't advertise as a porn channel. The same guy that showed.
Neither do we, right, guys? Anyways, if anyone wants to donate $9.99 for a refill of Swiss Navy water-based lubricant, that'd be great.
I'm just saying the same. Oh, there's a lot of naked. No, not anymore. Now it's gone. Now there's another naked lady. God damn it, man.
That's why it's not on screen. No.
Tech Protect, put this on screen.
No.
Put this on screen.
It's just art.
I'd rather see the fucking spirals in fucking P Turtle's sphincter.
All right, put this on screen. Put this on screen. Because this is pretty fucking cool. That's pretty fucking cool.
Come on, that's insane.
Yeah.
Does she have toe boots on? Is her boots integrated into her toes?
This is what people don't understand about me is that, like, they always ask me these questions like, you would never fucking make a fucking video game like God of War again. Are you out of your mind? If I can make like a fucking AAA shooter with sexy ladies like Heavy Metal Magazine, I fucking would. I mean, I don't know if I want to make games anymore, but I'd certainly play the shit out of that. I love stuff like that. People are just.
It always seems like a really like the most bizarre counter argument I see you get from like the really anti-woke people is, well, you made God of War and that had sex mini games. It's like, dude.
So?
Like that.
What does that mean? That I can't enjoy that and not be a creep?
I think you would make a new game pretty woke though. You might still have those things, but you would probably put like strong black characters, gay characters.
I wouldn't think
stuff that weren't in your original, at least not in God of War.
Okay. I mean, maybe it would have to depend on what the story is and what we're trying to create.
I'm sure you'll find a way to get them in there. There's no way you would make it like God of War. I believe the sex and stuff would be there. The titties would be there. The
Jaffe still has that dog in him, dude. It would totally be like God
that
of War.
would be there, but I think he would add like a gay sex scene now, mini game.
Why would I put it? Right? Why would I put it? I mean, if it made sense, but I don't.
It never makes sense. And under what context does that make sense?
If it's two gay characters,
I
mean, right? And they like each other. I don't know.
There you go.
What's
Are you guys on different sides of the Assassin's Creed? Speaking of,
no, I don't know. I'm excited for Assassin's Creed. I think it looks great.
I think it looks.
If I'm being honest, I
haven't
been excited. I haven't been excited for an Assassin's Creed since the first one. The first one I played and I thought it sucked.
Okay.
And since then, I played the second one. I actually thought the second one was okay. And then after that, I pretty much checked out of the series. To be honest, I just don't care about the series enough. Whether there's a black guy in there or not, I don't care. But I hope the game fails. And I hope it fails because of that. Because, again, if it fails because of that, then it's, it's a sign. It's a message being sent to the studios.
A sign of what?
That we don't want that stuff in our games. Even if it doesn't bother me as much with that game because I don't care about that franchise.
You don't want what? I don't
care about.
I don't care. I can't do it. I can't.
Don't you think though that like particularly like lately we have so many games like Japanese ninja samurai games based in Japan with Japanese people that if Assassin's Creed just did the same thing, it's like, I mean, don't you think they kind of saw the writing on the wall and thought, okay, well, we got to do something kind of different to differentiate ourselves from?
No offense, fellas, I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Fair enough.
I mean, not because I don't think. I mean, I'm excited for it, but who cares? I mean, seriously, the number of people who are going to miss out on things for stupid reasons.
Dude, you're not wrong. We'd be wasting time when we could be using it to get relationship advice from Pete Turtle. So
at least that would be funny.
Wait, Movie Maniac, are you a fan of that franchise? You play those games?
No, I stopped after Unity, which I thought was cool. I remember everyone.
Unity was the last one I played.
Giving it so much grief because of the glitches. It played fine for me. I thought it looked awesome. And
no, Brotherhood was the last one I played. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Who cares? Give me something good, boys. Talk about something fun.
All right, Jeff.
Every time I try to bring something up, you just tell me to shut up, and you treat
me because we were talking about
cool.
Oh my God, we were talking about cool, scary art, and I was excited, and now we're back to this shit. It's like
things got exciting.
No, we can totally go back to my art.
Like, are we gonna, bring something new to it? Then I'm all in. But I got.
Well, listen, I just wanted to ask you one question. I was going to go anyway.
Yes.
Are we still on for the Colin Call of Duty thing, or did you boot me from that?
I did not boot you from that, and we are still on. I just honestly, I've dropped the ball on it. I've been busy with so many other things, but it is still very much a plan, and it hasn't gone anywhere. And we haven't even picked the teams, so it's still happening.
Jesus, is it going to happen this year?
I don't know about that answer. Yeah, it'll happen this year.
Why don't you put Tech Protect on that? Make sure
because Tech Protect and I are trying to figure out how to make this show a great show.
It's not going to work, Jaffe, without me. I'm
dude,
produce this.
Dude, listen to me.
When he's right, Jaffe.
He's not right. Pete Turtle will be the worst producer in history. The only thing he produces is shit out his ass into the toilet bowl. Sometimes he has an 80% accuracy rate with getting it in the fucking water.
Pete Turtle cannot produce. Pete Turtle cannot produce sperm. Okay, that is how bad he is.
I do on weekends when I see my girl from school.
I thought you saw her today when she gave you a gift. Was that a lie?
No, she dropped it off. But she dropped it off. I wasn't here. She with a note.
With a note. With the note. Show us the art.
Yeah, I don't see her during the weekdays.
Show us the note. We don't believe
Jaffe, you know what the fucking note looks like. It's cut out fonts from different magazines so they can't trace it. Yeah, that's the fucking note.
Exactly.
Sounds like your producer is jealous of talent and that I have a nice young girlfriend.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'm not jealous of you. You know who my girlfriend is?
No, come on. No.
This thing's trying to get me banned. That's what he's trying to do.
Please. Shut the fuck up. Look at this. How can you not love what is about to be on your screen? This is beauty. This is joy. Look at these old, I don't give a fuck. Look at these old horror comics before the Comics Code Authority came in and said, you can't express your creative vision. How can you?
Really cool.
Goddamn right. They're really cool. They had imagination and they didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck. Look at that flower coming to life and attacking that nice lady there.
Jeff, do you think people want to see this?
Do I think what?
You think people want to see this?
I don't know what they want to see.
Whose art is this?
So
this is art from the 40s and 50s EW comics from back in the day.
Come on, man. Nobody wants to see that.
What do you mean nobody wants to see that? Why not?
Maniacs art or something, but wants to see art from 1940?
What the fuck's wrong with you? It's called, I'm trying to find this thing I follow on here, and I'm struggling, but it's this just weird fucking AI art. It's like psycho. Oh, I'll show you Joy. You want to see Joy?
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you Joy. Look at this. I don't know who this is that runs the site, but boy, it makes me happy. Site, is it like Psychotronica? Have you seen this lady? Oh, hang on.
Mm-mm.
She just puts up the weirdest shit. Look at this. Okay, that's just okay. Let me find something better. Look at this. This is look at this fucking thing. I don't know where I assume it's a her, but maybe it's not, but I don't know where she finds this shit. But
all the weird shit from Japan, man.
Every day she's just delighting people like me with this horror shit. Let's see. Look at this. American Football Master.
American Football の名手で前は日本じゃ2番目だ。2番目だと。貴様もやってみろ。頼むぜ。
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, right? That's the best thing ever. That's the best goddamn thing ever.
Jeffy, can you unblock me on Twitter?
You're not blocked on Twitter, bitch.
Are you kidding me? You have me blocked.
Yeah, maybe I do.
You probably do.
Unblock me. We're friends.
Probably should.
Wait, look.
Jesus.
He's fucking changing.
But into what? I mean, I could watch this all night. Clearly, the audience doesn't agree, but I love it. No.
I love it.
Can you unblock me on Twitter?
Yeah, when I get around to it. Why? What value will it bring to you?
Tell Alexa to remind you.
What value will come to your life if I unblock you on Twitter?
I can finally comment on your, topics or whatever you do on Twitter, and I can farm some of that stuff.
You gonna farm that shit?
I need to
farm it.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy.
I don't know. The way I troll all these other big time people.
Look at that guy.
Dude, I love that. Do, and they actually respond to you, which is crazy.
I know it's crazy.
My favorite thing P Turtle does is he calls whenever I have a guest on and he calls them and he says, "Well, you know who I am, right?" And they're just like, "No."
I was watching the Alyssa Mercante stream, and when I told her,
dude, that was so funny.
What happened? What'd you say, Jeffy?
She didn't have a fucking clue who you were.
Oh, but that was the best. When you just shook your head after I said, "Oh, it's P Turtle. We've spoken for," and she said, "No, I don't think so." And I look at your face and you just shake it like, the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I know.
Man, I laughed for like an hour. I rewatch all the streams and I just laugh with my girlfriend on weekends.
Yeah, is that right? I'm glad. I'm glad. Okay, well, let me here's what I'll do, P Turtle. Let me see if I actually have you blocked. What is your name?
Oh, you can even see it's
P Turtle.
No, I think instead of an L, it's an I. It's P Turdy.
Okay,
The
right
last
here.
few tweets I made, I was actually lying to people about the PlayStation Network being back up and running.
Okay, well, hang on. Well, hang on. I don't even see you. There is P Turtle.
It's P Turtle, and I have a bunch of
no,
emojis
I
in
see
my
you.
name.
Yeah, but I'm clicking it. Nothing's happening. Nothing's coming up. It's just black.
Are you kidding me? Oh, it's because you have me blocked.
I don't have you blocked. I don't have any.
You do have me blocked. I checked.
Well, if I have you blocked, couldn't I click on this and it would say P Turtle is blocked?
I don't know. I don't block people.
Like if I click on that, I don't think your account may be dead. Because if I click,
no way.
Okay, well, watch. I'm clicking on all of these, and what's happening? I'm seeing stuff, right?
Because you have me blocked,
dude. Oh, there it is. Okay, I do have you blocked. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Wait. Now you are unblocked.
Finally.
Now you're blocked again.
Oh, come on.
Now you're blocked again, bitch.
Oh my god. Oh, look, see, I'm using Movie Maniac's art for my avatar.
That's
I see.
I drew it during one of the streams.
Why do you have Jesus with a turtle up there?
Because that's my life.
All right, let's see what you let's see what the post is. Every year that goes by.
Well, that's the big one I got.
Okay, just got off the phone with the head of Sony after being alerted that the PlayStation Network outage was fixed. It appears Sony's been hacked. Boy,
that was good of you to let people know, Pete Turtle.
I started lying, so there's going to be a whole bunch of these where I said, "Please forgive me. I didn't mean to lie about this, but it's finally up and running."
The PlayStation Network is. Oh my god! What is this? Why would I not block you? Look at this guy. These fakes have been siding with the woke all along. This guy is the guy that is out there literally spreading misinformation about.
Yeah, he responded to me.
Yeah, he came into my fucking stream and I said, dude, aren't you the guy that's basically saying that there are underage children in Kingdom Come 2? And he's like,
there is it? Is there?
No, there's not. But he doesn't seem to care.
Get sodomized.
Wait, what do you mean underage children in Kingdom Come 2?
What he's
supposedly a 15-year-old gets sodomized in that game. That's what I heard.
No, not even close to being true.
Okay.
And he knows it, and it's easily disproved. And these people don't care. And you're running with these people that are really
like those guys.
Well, they're on your fucking channel. You're on your tweets and shit.
I got a whole bunch of people on my tweets.
Well, why are you
engaged? A bunch of famous people on there.
Why are you okay? This is some anti-Semitic shit.
No, it's not. If you click on defending the Jews in that one,
Spider-Man has his spidey sense because he sees Jewish things.
I'm retweeting the guy that said something to me because he had a big channel. I just retweet the big channels that respond to me. I got the Young Turks on there. I got a whole bunch of people. Mike Cernovich, Milo Yiannopoulos. Oh, that's a good one. You should watch that one, Jaffe, with those reviewer guys. They came at me, that one.
Oh, Paris and this guy?
Yeah, they made a video and
we're relaxing, we're chilling. We're chilling. I'm good. But got my adult beverage, I'm good.
Paris, I got a message from the gaming savior.
Yeah, I saw it.
On
the
X.
Savior Gamer.
Not happy that we're here.
No, he's
calling us gaming
very
friends.
upset that we're here.
Bro.
He does not like that we have been planted by the gaming industry to influence this fight.
It's a Friday night. Go play a game.
Yes.
Don't worry about us.
Hey,
don't worry about you.
Go play Undisputed. You can box in that.
There you go.
You can go beat up.
There you go. But thank you for the engagement.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
All right.
Hey, I'm in the VIP suite, the AT&T Stadium. I'm in there watching the fight. You can't even see it. It's right there. Look at that.
Yeah, you don't got shit, P Turtle. Paris is making you out to look like a loser. You gonna stand for that?
You think I care?
I think you do.
Talk shit to you, P Turtle.
I could get out
Obviously,
there.
they made a video and they were so upset. You blocked me again.
Well, yeah, I told you.
Don't block me, Jaffe.
Okay, I will
I'm start
unblock
commenting
you.
on your stuff. But
You are-
if you can
you are
see, I
unblocked.
bother a lot of the big people. I appreciate it, Jaffe. And yo, just let me know when the Colin.
I will let you know. All right, buddy. Thank you for calling
Later,
in.
Movie Maniac. Thanks for everything, man.
See you, bud.
Yep.
Later, guys.
Bye, buddy.
Jaffe, can I ask you a question about Dark Souls? No. No, you did it. You wouldn't block the
You know
savior of gaming.
he's gonna call back in 5 seconds. Yeah, what did you want to ask me?
Have you changed your tune about the difficulty
of what
at all of the Souls games?
Well, what do you think my tune is?
Well, I called in like forever ago, and the tune was like it should have a adaptive difficulty.
I
don't mean it to sound snormy when I say tune.
No,
I just mean like
no. I absolutely think that is it should, yes.
I would think, like, as a game designer, like, do you think that it's clever? Because it kind of does have built-in difficulty. They're just in the form of like rings or runes, depending on what game you're playing. Like, if you can be pretty specific.
I don't think anybody should tell a team or the director or the publisher. I mean, they can do what they want, you know. I'm supportive of that.
Sure.
People misunderstand though. And by the way, I think you're right. I know what you're saying. There is a difficulty slider in that game, simply if you focus on things that are not just the pattern recognition and reflexes, and you go off and you build your character up, you know. And I get that, and I love that about the game, and that's one of the reasons I love it. But I think that there is a sense of, you know, is there a way, like, what I don't like about it is the gatekeeping. And I have to imagine that Miyazaki would say, the more people that can experience my vision, that makes me really happy. And so adaptive difficulty would allow good and bad players to still have the same experience. It would just be tailored for their skill. I'm talking more about that and less about going, you need to make your game easy so everybody can play it and win and beat it. I'm not saying that.
Gotcha. When you say the gatekeeping, which are you referring to, the game itself being different, or are you referring to like the community?
I'm referring to the community that thinks when anyone brings up the topic, what they mean is they want a slider that lets the player have 5,000 extra hit points, and the monsters are really easy to kill because, you know, there should be a version that you can just walk through with almost no difficulty. And I think everybody should experience the same level of difficulty that Miyazaki intends. The problem I have is that what these gatekeepers have struggling with to understand is that it's already an uneven playing field because people have different skills. And so, as I say over and over, if you're a really great game player and I'm an average game player, your experience without any dynamic difficulty of a Souls game is a different level of difficult than mine, which means it's actually harder for me to beat the game than it is for you, even if we played the exact same way, simply because maybe your reflexes are better, you're better at pattern recognition, this, that, and the other.
Sure.
So that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying it needs to ever be an easy game.
That does become part of the conversation, though. Certainly people do suggest that it should be an easy mode and there should be, I can walk through this kind of mode, but I think part of like
if the developers don't want that, I don't think they need to put it in.
Right.
But, you know, but I do believe the developers would probably want more people to experience their vision. And
so here's I think the cornerstone of it, because I think Miyazaki's kind of like thesis of it all is that everyone's playing the same difficult game, and if you have different difficulties, then you're kind of playing different games. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the conversation changes.
I don't think I understand, but I don't think that's an accurate representation of what's happening, because if you're playing, it would be like saying you and I both get into a fist fight outside of a bar with Jake Paul, right? Or whoever the boxer is, Logan. Yeah, it's Jake Paul, I think. Well, my experience fighting Jake Paul is going to be very different than your experience fighting Jake Paul. Are we both experiencing the same fight? No,
but we're not experiencing any of the same two situations.
Right, but at
the exact same.
But one time, and thinking what Miyazaki may want, when you say he wants everyone to have the same experience so that they can work together and this, that, and the other, the very nature of difficulty being the same, but the skills that come to the difficulty means that that's not happening.
Well, rather experiencing the same world and the same the tweaking and tuning that's been done to it, because it's so specific. I think you catch the most amount of people in sort of like that pocket than you do with the people out here that are hyper good and the people over here that are hyper bad. I think there's like a good part of that graph.
I would have agreed with you if I had been younger, but what I find is as I get older, my reflexes drop. My ability to track and move as fast as when I was 40 and 30 and 20 is lower. It doesn't mean that I don't want to play hardcore games. It just means that I can't do what a younger person does by, you know, is it a disability? Sure. You could call it that.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, what have you genuinely, you've noticed like a real sincere, like change in your,
sure.
No kidding.
100%.
How do you like, how does that, like, where have you noticed it?
I've mostly noticed it in knowing what I want to do and recognizing it mentally, but not being able to actually do it fast enough to win. Hang on a sec. You know, Call of Duty is a game. And again, one of the reasons I love Bloodborne and Elden Ring is that it does have ways for you to counter that. I'm going to go grind up my character. I'm going to go do some exploring and find a really cool weapon that can deal with this guy better. And I would not want to lose that, right? Call of Duty, I'm loving, but I have to build out kind of an old guy kit. I have to make sure the perks counter where my abilities falter, right? And so I make sure I have perks that leave bloody footprints on the ground of enemies, right? Because I don't have, or I'm able to have better hearing perks because I don't have the reflexes to get my gun up fast enough if I don't at least have a rough idea of where my enemy is. Whereas
so like other playing, and you're thinking back to like 10 years ago when I was playing Call of Duty, this was a sim. Like this was a sim. Like my scores were way higher.
Well, I was never great at anything like that, but it was, I was able to track and engage quicker. Yeah.
Huh.
It's just reflex. I mean, there's nothing about it like, oh no, you know, I'm dying. It's just, as you age, there's science that shows that you're, you know, fast or slow twitch muscles or whatever, but it gets slower.
Dude, we gotta de-age you, Jaffe.
I'm perfectly happy. I like being 53. You know, it's fun because you don't give a shit. You know,
yeah, but you didn't really give a shit when you were like in your 30s, if I remember the interviews.
Yeah, I never gave that much of a shit.
No,
that's
dude.
True. That's true.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, buddy.
Jay.
Good to talk to you, bud. Thanks for sharing your art and thank you for reminding me about this game. I'll give it a look. Fear and Hunger 2.
Thanks for the complimenting the art, and
anytime.
The game's awesome. Worth your time, bud.
Right. See you, man. Bye. There he goes, fellas. There he is right there. Boom. Tech Protect. Let's wrap this shit up. This show turned out okay, right? Not too bad.
Wasn't too bad. A little more Pea Turtle than I like, but you know, that's any amount of Pea Turtle.
The kids like him. You know,
the kids. He likes the kids.
He likes the kids.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? How was the buffering on this version? How much can we attribute the buffering to the
I think it was the router.
The
modem and router buffering. You did a reset. We didn't restart with OBS, did we? We went straight to Talk Studio. So it could either be OBS or it can be the router.
Okay, right.
We changed both those things.
Yes. Right. But if it was the router, we'd be getting buffering in this stream. Did we get buffering?
No, because you reset the router before going live. Remember?
Right. Okay.
So we had a lot of buffering the first time we tried to stream. We turned everything off, reset the computer.
Here's what I want to try this real quick, if you don't mind. I'm going to run a game. What happened? Are you still there?
I'm here. You hear me? Hello?
Oh my God. Something's going on with my computer, dude.
I'm here. Hello.
Yeah, it's weird. I changed my monitor and everything just got all wonky. Okay. Here's what I want to try. Hello, boss man. I want to run a game on this screen just briefly. I want to see how the lag is. Can you guys just give me some feedback? Anthony, has it been buffering on this episode, or you mean earlier episodes? Ooh, there's a new game called the Executive Movie Industry Tycoon. All right. Anyway, let me show you this. Let me stop sharing. I want to share this. Yeah, I will run Kingdom Come. The router is only a year old. I just got it from the shop.
Yeah, it should not be the router age. Although they only have warranties for a year. So you know.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, it's not, you know.
As in, like, companies are like, hey, after a year, that's on you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to run two things. First, let me run a side scroller, and then I'll run Kingdom Come. This demo is out now, by the way. This is called Neon Inferno. It's pretty cool. It's from the publishers of Iron Meat. It's not coming out till August, but I want to say that the demo, hang on, it's loud. The demo, I think, is going to be out next week for Steam Next Fest, I think. All right, can you see that game?
Yeah. Oh.
No, not hard, no! No. Yeah, it's a cable mode, I think. Yeah. Right now, Jaffe's camera was stuttering 4 frames. Is it still?
I don't think so.
Ah, shit. How's it running?
Looks good.
It's got a little bit of wild arms to it where you can shoot in the background, which is pretty cool. Okay, Anthony says it's choppy. They're all saying it's a slideshow, Tech.
I'm watching on YouTube. I'm not seeing that.
Why are they okay? So why they're saying our camera looks fine? Why are they seeing it as a slideshow, but we're not?
Bukaki says it's fine.
Bukaki says it's fine?
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So that's that. It's a fun demo. It'll be out It'll be out next week. So I recommend it. But let's take a look at. Let's take a quick look at. Kingdom Come real quick. See how that runs. That's it. It's laggy. God damn it. Looks slightly lower frame rate. Why is this a fucking problem?
Well, I feel like it's a retro game, right?
No,
Like
that shouldn't make a difference, should it? Let's try GeForce and see what it looks like. And then I'll try later on OBS. Yeah, Rube, I can't change the bitrate on Talk Studio. I can on OBS. Like, what is a good bitrate to stream at? Yeah, text echoing because it's because I'm streaming this particular stream. We just want to see how it looks. He won't say much. I'll bring him back onto a bigger screen in a minute. Right. It could be, I'm not on fiber. I'd love to be on fiber, but I may have to at this point. But my internet's better than it's ever been. And I've been streaming for years. So, but let's see how this, tell me if this looks choppy. Looks like a slideshow. It is a slideshow. Yeah, I did that, Jay. I unplugged everything. I unplugged the router. I unplugged the modem. I don't know how I feel about this, by the way. I as a kid who was well, first tell me how this is. What do you guys think? Choppy, not choppy?
It looks fine.
Let's see what it's been looking fine.
I'm sorry.
For you guys. And it seems like it works for Bukaki. Bukaki says it looks fine. Anybody else have thoughts on how it looks? It's not super choppy, but are we seeing... I don't think you're seeing above 30 just because
Just watch where
that's
you're going.
YouTube, you know? I don't think they let me stream at 60. So, MC Hamper says it seems like the.
I'm sorry.
Looks super compressed.
I apologize.
Yeah, but that's because our camera's on the side. Let me leave and fix it.
Okay.
That does look.
No, it's not
look better.
It's not GeForce now. I mean, it's because it looks great on my screen. I envy those streamers that are able to capture footage that looks so fucking good.
I'm sorry.
I wish I knew what to do. Okay, well. All right, here's what I want to do. Tech, what are your plans for tonight? If I stream this later in about 30 minutes, are you around or no?
Yeah.
You sure?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, you don't need to be. I'm just asking. I'm going to stream anyway, but
yeah, no, I'll be around.
Okay, so let me do this then. Let me eat. We'll wrap this up, and we can before we go live, we'll do it on OBS, and let's see if maybe we can fuck around with some of the bitrate settings and see if that helps us out.
Sounds good. Good.
All right. In the meantime, thank you guys for putting up with all the buggy streams today. I appreciate it. And the bitrate, I don't know. The bitrate doesn't say when you're on Talk Studio. But this game's so good. How many hours are you in on this tech so far?
Let me take a look at my Steam.
Okay, Ludium says
70 hours.
70 hours, man. Good God Almighty. Okay, so bitrate, Ludium says 6,000. We'll try that. Okay, fellas, thank you for the stream. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Tech, thank you. Bukaki, thank you. All the other mods, thank you. And we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for all the super chats and comments and discussion points, blah, 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 blah. See you guys tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow. Be well, be safe. Goodbye.